Well, that's so generic. I did want one, but I don't want one now. You know, Arcane Corso.
You put us live.
Yeah, but Arsenal's just low standards. It doesn't really count. I'm talking about a big club.
What do you do with people like this? What do you do?
Welcome back to the First XI, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the extra time with my Simping King in the building, yes, Vitor. With myself, we've got Will.i.am.
Why did you make us go live when we were talking about dogs?
We've got O'Shea.
How are you gonna make us go live when we're talking about dogs, son?
Hold on, and we've got Andrew the Winter Surfer.
How are you going to make us go dogs when we talk about live? I mean, sorry, live when we're talking about dogs.
Don't ever interrupt me eating pie again.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that was a great picture. That was a great picture.
Yeah.
That was great.
To be honest, you weren't the only one caught on camera. What's his name? Samuel was at the game, the Arsenal game, and he was caught on camera as well. So,
Was he?
yep.
Well, there's a lot of empty seats there.
I'm pretty sure I saw CFCJ as well singing Lukaku.
I think he was on. He said he was standing on a chair doing it. Like,
Yeah.
He posted a video. Yeah.
I feel weirdly outnumbered today, as like
Why?
there's 2.5 Chelsea fans on the stream. Yeah.
What do you mean 2.5?
Hang on. 2.5. What do you mean?
Well,
You don't count. You only count as half.
Why?
Prime, I was talking about you actually because we know you support whoever Jose plays for. So
I support who?
whoever Jose is managing, that's who you support. I've shown my face loads of times, bro. That joke's dead about O'Shea doesn't show his face. I show my face loads of times. I just can't be bothered right now. I'm tired. William, show your face. You show your face, Will.
I've done a thumb reveal, okay? That's enough.
We don't actually know if that was your thumb, but anyway, Will, show your face, bro.
That's it.
I'm laying down. Why do you want to see my face, you weirdo?
Let's not talk about what we were talking about before.
Well, it's 11 years old. We don't need his face. Wow.
Wow.
Who said that? Oh, that's definitely that's Andrew because he put a comma.
It's not me.
You know how guilty that made you seem? Man said it's not me and then panicked and adjusted his glasses on his face.
I'm tweeting out. It's not me. I'm tweeting out.
Andrew, show us your other tab
We've
things
got the
that are
full
open.
chat log, Andrew. We've got the full chat log, right? The decoys have got you, Andrew. It's going straight to the police. We've got the full chat log.
Yeah, it's him. Look, my hands are not doing this. Okay, not doing it.
Anyway, but yeah, it's been an interesting interesting weekend of Premier League football, hasn't it?
Don't speak like you're
More than
Spanish.
you believe.
Or
More than you
Portuguese.
believe.
Put your hands up if your team won this weekend,
My hands up right now.
My hands up.
and put your hands up if your team did not concede this weekend.
My hands up.
Put your hands up if one of your star boys who's better than Mason Mount did not get an injury this weekend.
Oh,
No, that's not really funny to be
that's
fair.
no, man.
Nah, because you know what though, on a serious level, banter aside, yeah, he's what, 17, 18, and he's young, man. Like it's not what's happened to him is not nice, man. Like I do feel bad for him at the end of the day. And you know what? It was completely unavoidable as well. Completely unavoidable. If we'd assigned a replacement for Ginny, we wouldn't be playing him. I don't really understand why Klopp started him though. Why are you not starting with Fabinho, Henderson, and Thiago? I don't get why you're forcing Elliot to play anyway. I don't really understand the logic. Maybe you guys can give me some insight on that, but I don't really understand that. But
Well, let's look at Liverpool starting 11. That's a picture of Mohamed Salah. He reached 100 Prem goals. But yeah, Liverpool fans want to complain about a tackle. This is the Liverpool lineup: Alisson in goal, Trent, Matip, Virgil van Dijk, Robertson, Fabinho, Elliott, Thiago, Salah, Jota, Mane.
Mm.
Wow.
Andrew, it is
Yeah.
you. Why did you just type on the account? That's not you.
I don't know what you're talking about. Well,
Okay.
next.
I don't know.
So I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway, yeah. O'Shea, you were saying about squad depth and stuff. I mean, who was on your bench? Milner, Keita could have played in midfield. Henderson, Ox, Jones.
Do you know what? Yeah, Bar, Samiskas, Oxlade-Chamberlain, and Naby Keita. That's not bad squad depth because we know what Joe Gomez can do when he's fit. We obviously Ibrahima Konate he's still new, so we can't really talk on him. James Milner is a workhorse and is an absolute baller of an absolute player. Henderson obviously is a starter anyway. Curtis Jones, the future of Liverpool. Samiskas,
No, he's
brilliant.
not.
Well, he is though. He's going to be part of the future midfield of Liverpool.
Yeah, on the
so-
fucking bench.
He isn't though, is he? Name a midfielder at Liverpool already that is his age that's better than him.
Well, Elliott's better than him. Well, he was before that injury.
Samiskas is a brilliant backup for Robertson, and Queven Kelleher is a brilliant backup for
Curtis Jones is 20 years old. Sorry, 17. And how old is Harvey Elliott?
he's 18. Harvey.
18.
Yes, 18. Yeah, Harvey Elliott's better than Curtis Jones.
Well, they play different positions as well. One's a centre midfielder who plays defence, who plays CDM / centre midfield. The other one's an attacking midfielder.
Do you know what
/
O'Shea's just said though?
Right
O'Shea's
winger.
pretty much just said our squad depth isn't bad if you just ignore half the bench, which is bad. That's not really good squad depth, is it?
I named 3 players. Sorry.
Yeah,
Keita.
that's half the bench. And
Keita's not even.
legit.
Keita's not even bad, to be fair. Keita's just injury prone. If Keita wasn't injury prone, he'd be good because we've seen what he can do on pre-seasons. We've seen what he can do in training, and we've seen what he's done
And
before.
if Gerrard joined Chelsea, he would have had a great legacy. But you know, beggars can't be choosers, right?
I just kind of feel no, but bro, let's actually have a conversation about banter every 2
I'm
seconds.
having a conversation. Keita's an okay player, but he's never been.
He's not
able to
okay.
win-
No, he's not. It's not that he's okay, bro. It's that it's just his injuries, bro. Like I
It's not
don't.
just
And the
injuries,
logic. Well, it is because he's never actually had a run of games, so you can't say it's just injuries. He's never actually had a run of games.
O'Shea, the reason why he can't have a run of games is because whenever he does, he gets injured.
But that's what I'm saying, and I don't understand why. Because he was never like this before he joined Liverpool. I don't understand.
Thiago last season had a run of games, and he proved his quality, in my opinion, when he did play.
I just don't get how because you can't really say it's genetic because he wasn't like this before he joined Liverpool. He joins Liverpool and then he gets. Huh?
I swear he got injuries at Leipzig.
Yeah, but not this consistently because if he did, we wouldn't have paid 50 million for him. So he wasn't this consistent to where he was getting injured and was doing, half the season in rehab. He wasn't like this. Now he's injured every other day. Every other game he plays, he gets an injury. It makes no sense.
That's life, I guess.
Even Shaqiri had the whole season up, and I don't remember Shaqiri being like this before he joined Liverpool.
Not O'Shea. Andrew, as a Chelsea fan who is people know your thoughts on the Scousers. Giving an objective point of view, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts or Andrew's thoughts?
I said Andrew.
Okay.
Of today's game.
Well, Liverpool's squad depth.
It's always been an issue. Squad depth, and they've got bodies in there, but they're all like injury prone. Well, they've got a history of being injured. Keita, for example, Oxlade-Chamberlain, even John Henderson now, Konate, defender injury stuff at Leipzig. I think it really emphasises Liverpool's issues. The way they, not so the way that with Harvey Elliott's unfortunate injury really highlights the desperation and the need to bring in more bodies. Because if they're really concerned about losing Harvey Elliott and who's going to come in to replace him, then that just shows that they needed to bring in 1 or 2 extra bodies because they didn't even replace Wijnaldum with a body. They didn't replace him. Do you know what I mean? So they they're one down already. I think it's always going to be their Achilles heel, the squad, which is why you'll probably see them abandon. He'll do it anyway because he does it anyway, but abandon the cups as much as possible, the League Cup, the FA Cup, and try and win like the first 4 games of their group in the Champions League, which is going to be very hard to do. But it's going to be real. If they finish top 4, I think that'll be a very good season for Liverpool because of their squad. They're just there's not enough quality there. Enough all bodies in there. So,
do you think it's a smart idea to just forego the cups? Let's say they finish like last season. I know they finished 3rd, but it was still a sticky one. Say they finish 5th this season or 6th, and then being knocked out early in the Carabao Cup and FA Cup, and they're knocked out again in the last 16 of the Champions League. That doesn't look good at all.
No, but yeah, I understand that's something that's. I think he's always had this thing though. He's not really cared about the cups. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's not really. He's had a
True.
history of not caring about the cups.
He stopped caring after he lost a couple of finals.
Because there's only 2 though, innit? That really like for me as a fan, I don't care about them myself. It's not the 90s. I don't care about the FA Cup. I don't respect it anymore. It's for me, if it's not the Champions League or the Premier League, I don't. It's not like I don't care about it.
You should. Like, I care about the Carabao Cup. I want to win every competition I'm in. My team's in. I want to win it.
Of course, no. Don't get me wrong. Of course, yeah, you do. Like even the Community Shield. If we're playing a game in the Community Shield, I want us to win that game. I want us to lift that trophy at the end of that game, even though people mock it and say it's a charity match, whatever. I still want us to win that match and to win that trophy. Of course, I do. But I don't care. Like, if we get knocked out the Champions League, I'm devastated. If we get knocked out the FA Cup or the League Cup, I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. We're still in the Champions League or we're still in a league, in a title or whatever. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm not. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I've said even to Will and Prime, I'm more than happy for Tuchel to experiment as much as he wants in the League Cup and FA Cup this year because on the list of priorities, they're down there. I mean. Of course, I'd love to win them, but if we go out early, I'm not going to be devastated. It just means less games we have to play, and I'm okay with that because I want to concentrate on the big 2. So
the priority as a Chelsea fan for me is last is the Carabao Cup, then the FA Cup, then the Club World Cup, then top 4, then Champions League, then Premier League.
Really, for me, my priority is. I put the Champions League and Premier League on the same level, and the FA Cup and Carabao Cup on the same level because I want to win one of the Champions League and Prem, and then one of the domestic trophies. We need at least a double this season, and I'm using it as a given that we win the Club World Cup.
I think you guys will, to be honest, win the Club World Cup. I think any team in Europe that wins the Champions League is going to win the Club World Cup.
Well,
we
didn't win it in 2012 or 2013, whatever it was, 2012. Was it like... Wait, I swear the Super Cup used to be played earlier. Am I wrong? I thought it used to be played the summer before the season. Or am I wrong?
No.
Oh.
World Club has always been around that time.
Also, can I just say this? EA, why don't you guys have the Super Cup on FIFA Career Mode?
They do.
They do?
Not the Super Cup, the Club World Cup.
Oh,
I
don't know.
Actually, I don't know.
Speaking of the Club World Cup and taking... Speaking of the Club World Cup and taking... What?
Go on, Prime. No, go on, Prime.
Speaking of the Club World Cup and taking Astrid Wet to Japan, it's Force here.
What the heck? Astrid Wet to Japan?
It's not in Japan anymore. Fucking hell, bro.
Yeah, what
Jesus.
the hell, man?
Oh, so you can't take her to Japan anymore, okay.
No, of course not. Nippon would have taken her to the Shoreditch nightclub, isn't it?
What is it with you and Shoreditch?
Come on, man. Shoreditch is where all the strip clubs, man. Come on.
I didn't know that.
Come on, man, as if I would know.
Bro, just take him to Spearmint Rhinos. I don't know.
Oh, for fuck's sake, your obsession with that fucking club. Jesus God.
I've been to Jesus God. That's not a saying, Will. What the fuck? Man said Jesus God.
Do you know what? O'Shea, you like Spearmint Rhinos more than fucking Liverpool.
There's not many things I like more than Liverpool, to be honest.
But that is
Possibly the Cleveland Cavaliers.
But
Possibly.
FC, it's a steak and out pie, not cream pie. But that's
no way.
Yeah.
You like a bar.
Tor made it clear, don't ever interrupt his cream pie again.
yeah, it's a steak and out pie.
Yo, don't say cream pie vibe. You know what that actually is, isn't it?
Exactly. Don't say that. Yeah.
Andrew's choking on his water.
And Andrew, just say in the chat. Just what you want to say something? Because apparently, I know you've been followed back by someone.
No, it's just you should never interrupt a cream pie ever. That's all.
But yeah, that's true, Andrew. Especially when it's the person. Actually, let me not say that.
Okay, now, man. Wow, that got a bit messy, didn't it? No pun
Only
intended.
16 minutes is taken for this stream to turn to that.
Yeah, it all happened when Fator came on.
Oh, Will, can I say? I'm asking Will, yeah.
Well,
I'm
I'm
asking-
extra time, so
I'm asking Will's
want some
permission
chaos.
because Will's the voice of reason. Can I say my Everton joke?
I would say no.
No,
It's a bit far.
it's a bit far.
Yeah.
Okay, I really want to say it and just completely get this whole
Just say the
show.
chest, man. There's no violence in this room. Oh, Prime, don't put
You
him on.
know what I'm gonna say? Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the comments, and if you know what I'm gonna say, then you might not be telling me to say it with my chest.
Oh no.
Let's just say,
No, don't give any hints. Don't give any hints because if we shouldn't say it, then it will fuck up the.
I think I know what it is. I don't think we should go in that area whatsoever.
I'll put it in the chat, Andrew.
In the chat or in the private chat?
In the private chat, obviously.
16 minutes.
Oh,
Thanks,
Shay,
Andrew.
someone that calls me a child off, and I
I
don't know
never
why
said anything. It wasn't me. Someone else said it.
It wasn't me.
Never say that again, Prime.
It wasn't me.
I'll kick you out of your own stream.
What?
Andrew, it's in the private chat. Tell me whether you think that's a bit too far.
Oh no.
Oh man.
Dear. You don't even have to answer it, O'Shea.
Yeah.
You know what you
Andrew's face is just like, yeah.
I would say this: if it was your own,
No, you're mad. No, oh my God.
No, I didn't do that. That wasn't me. That was someone
Prime,
else.
you are
That was
disgusting.
Prime. That is a
Wait, what
Nah.
do you mean? That wasn't me.
That was
That is
man.
Me, Andrew and I can confirm Prime is no longer with the Nexus. Will we replace him
No
with
one-
Prime?
Nah, bro, that is mad. See, this is why. Nah, bro, I didn't put that in the private chat, by the way. So whoever said that, yeah, I'm just.
Well, one, that wasn't me, and
You
two,
are-
I don't have control of the Nexus.
That's bullshit.
That is mad.
That's balls, and you know
No, it's not.
That is
it is balls.
mad, bro.
That is
too
too
mad.
far.
That is mad. That is mad. Because wow. Okay. Whoever's got control of that Nexus account, yeah.
It's not me.
Wow.
I don't have a control over
It's
anything. in life.
obviously Andrew, in it, because we've
It's
all
not
been
me.
saying.
It's
Oh,
not
of
me. I
course.
swear.
Of course, the views go up as soon as that happens. That's fucking typical, isn't it?
Oh, 13. Wow. Okay, cool. Anyway,
13. Wow. What do you mean,
anyway-
Prime? Look what you just put in the chat.
Anyway, we've got a Niall here as well. Niall, how are your noodles?
Oh, I'm not actually having noodles. I've got a bacon sandwich instead.
Yeah.
Haram.
Just like Andrew.
Harami, bro. No, I'm joking.
Nah. I'm afraid I have to have real meat. It's the only way.
I'm vegan, so I
Andrew,
don't really.
and yeah, I tried that vegan stuff, and each to their own and all that. But I'm a fat bastard that likes meat.
Fair enough. Don't get me wrong, yeah. If I go to like a family get together and someone's cooking curry goat or something, then I'm no longer vegan for that certain day, innit? But in myself, yeah, I try to be vegan.
O'Shea, you told me you ordered a Big Mac at McDonald's the other day, don't I?
Yeah, I did have a McDonald's the other day, but obviously
oh my
I
god,
tried
I was
to-
joking. I didn't know you actually had one.
I did. I was on the phone to Prime. Prime can tell you. I said to him, bro, I'm gonna go to the shop and get a McDonald's.
What did you get from there?
I'm a chicken something, and then
Oh, you're a
free
bland
chicken
man.
snacks.
You're a bland motherfucker.
I don't eat
What
meat,
dips?
bro. I don't like eating red meat. So
What
that's
dips?
Guys,
sweet
the
chili one.
views have dipped back down again. Quick, someone make a bad joke.
I heard. Can I say the ludicrous one? No, Will didn't like that.
No.
Say it. It's just not funny.
I know one.
Nah,
The Chelsea boys are on a bender. Cristiano is a sex offender. Sorry.
I heard before he died that Ludacris and Paul Walker were planning to make a remix on his old song "Move Tree, Get Out the Way, Get Out the Way, Tree, Get Out." Let's see if the views go up now. Let's see. All right, that's me with my dark jokes because I don't want to get the channel shut down. Come on, let's carry on with the football.
The views of dips. Oh my god. The views are now on 4.
Because we're chatting rubbish, bro. We're chatting rubbish at 20 to 1 in the morning.
There's the only way is what else can we do at like 20 to 1 in the morning? Like,
Should we get back
that's dinner. That's
get
dinner
back to the
time for
Liverpool
me.
game? Prime?
Oh God.
Should we get back to the Liverpool game?
See, Prime, this is
What-
what happens
what-
when you host. It goes out of control.
Anyway, yeah, let's get past the Liverpool game. They won 3-0.
brilliant game.
Salah got at the 100 goals. Van Dijk got injured again. Yada, yada, yada. Moving on, Chelsea won
Van Dijk
3-0.
injured?
Chelsea won 3-0.
Did Van Dijk
No,
get
since
injured?
you're not a Chelsea fan, do you want to speak on it?
Yeah, I thought Chelsea were. It was a weird one, right? Because you started so well, but then it sort of seemed like you completely sat back and sort of lost control of the game for the rest of the first half. And then obviously you started the second half. Obviously, Tuchel had just given them a boot up the ass and brought in Jorginho, and you sort of won that midfield battle because I felt once you got that goal, you sat back. I also found down the left-hand side, keeping possession was arguably the hardest thing you lot have ever done because you just couldn't seem to keep the ball. I thought Villa were quite disappointing, to be fair. I thought they weren't clinical enough. I thought Mendy had a good game, but to be fair, apart from a couple of shots, I can't really think of many.
Now,
that
did
were-
you say Mendy?
Yeah, Edward, your goalkeeper.
And he says he's not part of Mendy Hive. Okay,
I'm not.
continue.
Nah, but it was a tale of two halves for Chelsea. Really, you started the game well, completely lost control of the game. Second half came in, Tuchel made a change, brought in Jorginho. You won the midfield battle again, and sort of sorted your lives out.
Yeah. Fator, are you there?
Yeah.
Fator, you were there at the game. You know, at halftime, you bought a 2-liter bottle of Coke, eating 2 pies, hanging out with
I didn't
Astrid and
know
that.
Coke-
What were your thoughts on the game being there live?
Mars bar up the
No,
nose.
yeah, first half it was, I kind of echo what Niall said. I feel like, I think they kind of had the game plan against us. We kind of had to step back and wait. They had loads of chances. Saul, I guess, in that midfield made first few mistakes in the Chelsea career. It always tends to happen with him because he just came to the new league, and it's a different adaptation where. From the Liga to the league, it's a completely different intensity in that. And you know what, man? All is the most important thing that we get that 3 points, and let's just focus on the Champions League in mind. And bear in mind, we got a game on Tuesday, literally tomorrow, actually. So yeah, it was kind of all good vibes all around. And no, I did not. Astrid didn't went to the game either, Prime. So I don't know. I have no idea why you bringing her up. So I know you. Go on.
Don't act as if I bring her up, man. She's just hit her. But anyway,
Well, technically, you made me bring her up.
let me not say who you simp over. But yeah, Andrew, Thiago
Yeah.
Silva, what is he, like 55 years old now? Like, and he doesn't skip. I'll block you, Indiana. 55 years old now, and he doesn't skip a beat. How do you think he played yesterday, first game of the season?
I thought he played very well. I thought he did his usual self. I thought he was very calming influence back there. Had to do probably more than he thought he would in the first half, given his lack of midfield protection. Made that block. I was waiting for VAR to rule it out for handball because I didn't see it properly. I was waiting for VAR to show me it was handball because it like hit his like head in something, and they would say something like that.
Don't know what handball is nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. So like, I was waiting for that, but yeah, I thought he did well. And then, like you say, like Niall said, Pato said, second half, they didn't really have to do much. We didn't have to really do much second half. What was a stroll in the park the second half with the midfield?
Yeah, that's why I was just eating casual pie.
Yeah, eating apple pie.
Yeah. Well, we do have to speak on this. And you on Twitter, you've been the guy kind of leading the surge with Saul.
Okay.
He had a bad debut. Chelsea fans giving him 6, saying he's the worst midfielder I've ever seen play for Chelsea. Is he better than Bakayoko? Is he better than Barkley? Which, we know Barkley's clear, but still, is it fair to criticize him?
Spirits in on the one game. Yeah. Why would I write him off after one game?
What?
Why would I write him off after one game?
Yeah, but just go into it. Like, what would he bring to our team and everything?
He was poor. He was off the pace. His timing with everything was off. He missed space passes. Dispossessed. Doesn't mean he's a bad player.
He hasn't played a lot for Atleti, had he? Before he moved to Chelsea, he'd been sort of not frozen out, but. Yeah. And don't forget, it's Premier League, for goodness sake. It's the hardest league.
He's just. I think he just needs to get used to it mentally. Just get used to the pace, and I think he'll be fine. But yeah, I'd rather talk about Kovacic, to be fair, than Lukaku. The players that played well. Yeah, Silva. It's kind of mad that we have either Silva or Christensen at that centre. It's just brilliant. It's lovely to have. Chalobah was okay, but we actually have a goal scorer. It's nice.
Yeah, I mean, okay, that's fair. Let's go to Leicester Man City 1-0. Bernardo Silva. Anyone watch this game?
Yeah, I've watched it on my phone actually. It's a very close game. And it's all come down to that moment in the end. And I feel like Leicester's kind of like been there, done that. But again, in the end, they're kind of like...
Johnny Evans is back.
Yeah.
Oh, no, not that prick.
But I'm still really like not certain about this Man City team at the moment, me probably like kind of spoke about a couple of times about Man City, perhaps being fraud, this and that. I mean, yesterday's game was very average in Man City's point standard for me. I don't really see them that the Man City that we know from 2017 and 18 season.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Andrew, did you think Leicester would win this game? Because if we're starting to treat them as a top 6 club, we need to start expecting them to get points off top 6 clubs.
Do you know what? I thought it would be a draw of the game. And I've got to be honest, I've not even watched the highlights, so I don't even know how close this game was at all. Whether it was like a 1-0 and Leicester didn't even threaten, or whether City just snuck it 1-0. But I was expecting a draw. I wasn't expecting Leicester to win. To be honest with you, I've been quite sort of. The problem is it's the start of the season. It's 4 games. It's hard to determine what type of Leicester this is going to be. They put in some new players, so. But City are this might be City for some of the games. They'll just sneak 1-0, and no one will pay attention to them. They'll just creep up there, and suddenly you're in a title race with them. Something like that. I think that's what City are going to do this season.
That's what they did last year as well.
Yeah, City are going to because they're not like, apart from the 5-0 whipping of mid-table team like Norwich and a relegation team like Arsenal. Then it's.
Wait, did you say mid-table Norwich?
Yeah, but they got Billy Esther, so
And also, it's weird that is the shocking thing you said in that sentence. Not relegation, Arsenal, mid-table Norwich. Oh, sorry, continue. Sorry.
I think there might be one of those where they just pop. They won't be winning 5 every week, obviously, and they'll just pop up, and suddenly you've gone, oh shit, yeah, we've got that City. Now you're in the But yeah, I think that'll be them this season. So.
Yeah,
City. Little City.
City.
Little City from down the road of Old Trafford on Levenshulme Estate. Little City. Now listen.
Shane was speaking. Speaking of ends, Crystal Palace versus Tottenham Hotspurs.
He took that away.
Can I just say now, just for that comment, Prime, if immigration are watching, this guy has no stay in the UK, by the way. He's Irish.
Good Lord.
He's Irish Kenyan, he has no stay in the UK whatsoever.
I'm European. I'm good.
Yeah,
Brexit means Brexit.
I'm European. I'm good. Anyway.
Brexit means Brexit, Prime. We voted for you to leave.
Anyway.
64% of the nation voted for you to leave.
South East Ends versus North Ends. That means Crystal Palace versus Tottenham.
What did you just say?
Just to cut you off, sorry, Prime. Well, technically, Crystal Palace is not part of London. They're in Croydon. So
Croydon is London.
It's South East London. What are you talking about? It's South London. I literally used to live near Crystal Palace. It's South London.
Just ignore Fator. He's too busy paying for OnlyFans. Ignore Fator.
Whoa. No, what are you talking about?
Okay, South East Ends versus North Ends. O'Shea, speak on this game.
So boom, my ops, So listen, skiddy kick cat pop. Now listen, Tottenham are dead anyway, So it didn't surprise me.
O'Shea, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we got Charlie here, and that's more important. Hi, Charlie.
Big up the panel.
Big up, Charlie.
You know, if you ever interrupt me like that again, bro, I'm gonna do some EV shit and inject you with some horrible disease, Don't ever do that.
Anyway, O'Shea, just speak on Spurs real quick.
So obviously, I watched the highlights of the game, and Spurs were just terrible. I just think Spurs were terrible, and it doesn't surprise me, man. Like they're not a top team. I don't think they fully have their identity yet. You've got your talisman, your captain, who doesn't want to be at the club. The decisions by Nuno in terms of the lineup he went with, that defense was crazy. And I just think Palace deserved the win. Wilfried Zaha was incredible in that game. And I just, like I said, man, the Tottenham are done out here, man. They're finished. That game was as one-sided as a gang rape. It was so bad, to watch. Or just the highlights itself were just terrible, bro.
We don't agree with anything O'Shea said right there, but continue.
Don't stop doing that, Prime. Stop muting me. You're the one who encourages me to say this shit, so stop it. It was
that put the dodgy joke in the chat to start with.
I didn't do that, but okay. Even Indiana was like,
if you look at the possession, 37%. It's so bad, man. Tottenham are done out here. They're finished, man. And he thought that sacking Jose and getting Nuno was gonna help them. Like Wolves, I've had a better team than Tottenham in recent years, and he still couldn't get them into top 4. So I don't get where the logic is with this. By employing Nuno, somehow they're gonna do better than they did under Poch or under Mourinho. Such a look at this formation. You've got Dele Alli playing as a number 10. You got Harry Kane and Lucas playing together as 2 strikers. I mean, let me see them. Let me see the substitutions a sec. Let me see them. So you've got. So I'm assuming Heung-min Son is injured, or was he just not?
Yeah, injured.
Okay, so he's injured. Dombele didn't start, which was surprising.
No, it wasn't.
I'm assuming Lo Celso's injured as well.
The Celso's
He's
just banned.
banned.
Oh, is he banned? I didn't know.
Yeah,
I didn't know
and
that.
he's awful.
Just awful. Edouard, man, as well. Wow.
Charlie,
Yo.
Wilfred Zaha, who's probably he is Crystal Palace's best player, probably the best player out of the top six, the best player out of the teams outside of the top six, maybe joined with Xhaka, I guess you could say. He terrorized Japhet Tanganga to a point where he called him a what is the exact quote someone put in?
Pussyo, apparently.
I didn't want to see I didn't want to say the bad word, but yeah.
Oh,
Apparently,
fine, don't lie. You say every bad
pussy.
word.
You're not in Catholic, you can swear, you know.
Anyway, Charlie, my point is, from a Tanganga point of view, like, what is it that made him just lose his head all game?
I think it was the fact, obviously, they were moaning because they didn't kick the ball out of play, and then, obviously that square up, and then stupid challenge for the second yellow as well. But, to be fair, overall, like, that Tottenham's right-hand side got done the whole game. Like, Emerson didn't know what to do with himself, and, Palace took advantage.
Can I ask you a question? Fine, what sort of question was that? Like, what do you mean? How is Charlie
a psychologist or something? What do you mean? How's he going to know that he's in his head? No one.
Nah,
knows.
to be fair,
I did not say how is he going to know it's in his head. I'm saying why is he losing his head?
Well, it's quite simple, really. He's squared up to Zaha, then that's fired up the Crystal Palace fans and we all know the Crystal Palace when they start getting rattled up, they can be quite loud, and the atmosphere, and I think the occasion to Tanganga being a young lad as well, he's gone in for a tackle that maybe he wouldn't have gone in for, and he's not quite thinking straight, and he's just gone in for a silly tackle, and he's ended up getting a second yellow. Worst bit for him is he's done it right in front of the referee.
Yeah.
2 minutes after, having that altercation with Zaha. So it's just unfortunate, but it's something he'll learn from, isn't it? I mean, there's not one player who I think hasn't made a mistake, and he'll learn from it. It's football, isn't it? But Tottenham was shocking. They were shit.
Yeah, Tottenham was shite anyway.
They were diabolical. I think I saw a stat that Harry Kane didn't even touch the ball in the Palace box all game. I mean, that just sort of shows how that sort of goes to show what the game was like. I mean, and Edouard, freaking hell! If there's one way to make a debut, I suppose scoring 2 goals and one after with your second touch of the ball is perfect.
Actually not now. Let me ask Will. Zaha, for the past, maybe, was it 4 seasons now, maybe 5 seasons?
Yeah.
He's been, linked to moves away. He was linked to Chelsea for a bit. He was linked to Arsenal. Probably should have gone, but instead they spent 72 million on Pepe. Spurs could definitely do with someone like Zaha. Maybe even Leicester could do with a player like Zaha. Why hasn't he left yet?
Let's put him in a contract, which is so difficult to get out of until they pay high money. I mean, I think he could do well at Liverpool as a bench player. It's like a backup. I think he'd take that. Or move to Tottenham.
I think the problem is though, the money that Crystal Palace want from him and the age he's at now, Liverpool are just not going to pay that.
How many years though left from his contract now? 2?
Yeah, but he's 29, so you're still paying 30 million for a 29-year-old. It's not what we need right now. I'd rather spend that 30 million on a Doku or something. It's not what we need right now.
I just don't think he fits. I don't think he fits the profile of any top 6 team, age-wise. Everyone's going younger, aren't they? They're going younger.
He's going to go to an Everton at best.
Yeah, at best. I thought though the game yesterday really, for me, crystallised that Son is the most important Spurs player, not Harry Kane. There was no outlet for Harry Kane. Well, Harry Kane, what I mean is there's something there. even Harry Kane to get a hold of and send Son on the way. He is their best player. I know Harry Kane will get more goals and everything like that. I think overall, though, Son's importance to Spurs just can't be measured. He makes them relevant.
They're both idiots though for staying.
Oh yeah. They're both stupid for staying.
Speaking of making,
I love Son at Chelsea. I love him.
Yeah.
Speaking of making clubs relevant, and speaking of another 7, you've got probably the best player in the Premier League right now. Maybe is he? CR7, Mr. C himself, or Sue. A brace against Newcastle.
Sue.
Andrew, you speak on this.
Yeah, I mean, dream debut. We've heard it from all the United fans. It was a great atmosphere. That it's not been like that for ages. I mean, it does help when the first of your goals gets helped by the Newcastle goalkeeper. There we go. The second one was a good. The second one, it's a good finish, but the central defender is so far off him. You could have parked a tank in between them and the it's ridiculous. Lascelles, I think it was Lascelles. His marking was atrocious, absolutely atrocious. I mean, even Fred could have passed the ball into that area for Ronaldo to score, but still a good finish. And I think though, if they were playing against a better team, they would have got severely punished yesterday, Man United. I mean, they could have easily conceded 3 or 4 goals themselves yesterday. Maguire, especially, that goal Newcastle scored, he dived in right on midfield again, and Wan-Bissaka got absolutely roasted yesterday.
The Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a great debut. Re-debut. It's a fairy tale, isn't it? It's fairy tale.
Yeah. I mean, social media was... I don't know how many of you guys have blocked United from socials, but all I saw on social media were, there were a lot of celebrities at the game. Fergie was there. And all I could think of was United fans are complaining about the Glazers. Let's not give them money. Let's not buy kits. As soon as Ronaldo's bought, shirt sales have sold out within 10 minutes.
This has been the most Glazer signing you are ever going to see in your life, right? Look, we all know that last year they should have got Sancho. They didn't, so they bought him this year and gone, oh, look, we've got Sancho. Well, that's last year's money. Yes, they got Varane, good deal, 40 million, job done, well done. Then, I think everyone who understands football then goes central midfield. You need that. You need a DM. I think everyone who understands football knows you need that DM. The Glazers go, no, we don't want to get a DM. We're going to go get Ronaldo, because that then takes every last bit of pressure and hatred of us away, because now everyone's like, oh my God, we've got Ronaldo. It's incredible. Look at me jizz all over the place because Ronaldo's just about to jump and do a Sue at fucking Old Trafford. It's... United fans are either the dumbest fuckers in the world, or they literally couldn't give a flying toss about their club. One of the two. Because why are you letting the Glazers run you? I've said, and I'll say this until I'm blue in the face, getting a DM would have been a better signing than Ronaldo and would have had more impact than getting Ronaldo.
On top of that as well, what a lot of United fans are failing to acknowledge or even accept is that it's not like he's come home because he loves United. Number one, financially, Juventus couldn't keep him, and they essentially failed him in his ambitions to win the Champions League in a third country. Number two, Manchester City were unwilling to meet his wages, otherwise he would have gone to City. So essentially, you're third best. He's not come home. He's just settled for a club that is still big enough to keep him relevant, because again, Juventus has failed him and couldn't financially keep him, and City weren't going to meet his wages. He was literally about to go to your derby rivals had they been willing to meet his wages. You're essentially a settling club for a player that you essentially made, and that's just. But yet United fans don't seem to care. because Cristiano Ronaldo, and yeah, look, I get it. He's arguably, look, in my opinion, he's one of the greatest of all time. He's better than Messi, in my opinion, and I absolutely love.
Greatest player. Well, okay.
He's one of the greatest. He's one of the greatest of all time, and he is what he is. You know, he's better than Messi. So of course, yeah, you have the right to feel the way you do. But like you said, it's not a long-term signing. He's going to give you 2 years of his contract. He's going to leave, and then you're going to be sat there thinking, "Wow, I wish we'd have got a DM."
Yeah. Well, they're going to have to get a DM next year anyway.
Well, that's the thing. They're going to have to. And if United don't win the Champions League or the Premier League in the 2 seasons of Ronaldo's contract, then essentially you just signed him for match attack cards. That's it. Because you've paid what's he on, 600k a week at United? Is that what he's on, or something like that? That's essentially.
I think it's a lot less than that. I think it's more like. I think it's actually 300-400. I think he's taken a pay cut considerably.
Wow. Well, even still, you're paying 400k a week.
Oh yeah. It's still a lot of money, isn't it?
It's still a lot of money, and if you don't win the 2 big trophies this season, then essentially, not only have you done that, but you've also kind of tarnished your greatest ever player. Because if he doesn't win those one of those 2 trophies in his 2 seasons, then you know you've kind of tarnished the end of his legacy. He's come back to United and hasn't won you the Premier League or the Champions League. I wonder what Brandon thinks about that.
United would have had a better chance winning one of those 2 trophies if they got a fucking DM. Like that's the mad bit. United, because last season goals weren't United's issue, were they? Right?
No.
They were scoring goal. The issue was they couldn't break down low blocks because their midfield was pathetic, and they couldn't really dominate games because their midfield was pathetic. There's a link there. Their midfield is pathetic. Well, what do? Instead of buying a DM, I'm just going to go Ronaldo. Or what about Cavani? The thing is, you've got Cavani who can play out front. You've got Greenwood who could do a job up there. And fuck it, if you're desperate, you can play Martial up there. Fuck it, you can even play Bruno as a false 9. He'll probably still bag you a few goals from outside the area. Getting a DM was more important than Ronaldo. It was just dumb. But, you know, all the United fans have bought into it, and now they're all acting like a bunch of wankers. So I hope they get relegated.
I hope they get relegated.
Also, their admin, their Twitter admin, they need to shut the fuck up. They're making it out like they're not actually United anymore. It's just Cristiano Ronaldo FC.
Basically,
it's literally going to be Ronaldo FC until he leaves. That's all it's going to be. He's the greatest ever player. Like, he's arguably better than George Best. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he scored more career goals. He's won more trophies. That's what accolades is what matters. That's what it's about.
Yeah, but it was different. It was different back in the day, wasn't it? I find it very uneasy comparing someone like George Best. That's like me, comparing Maradona to Messi. It's 2 completely different generations. Football was way different back then.
Well, look, if George Best was playing in today's era, he wouldn't be as good as he was back then.
Well, of course, because football's changed since back then.
Then you can argue that Ronaldo's better than him, because you can take today's players and put them back then, and they'd still be playing at the same level.
You fucking couldn't. Half of the only team you could put back in the day is Burnley, because football was physical back in the day. Mo Salah wouldn't last 2 seconds. Seconds.
Even then, Burnley now are nowhere near as physical as things were back then.
Exactly. Yeah. But they're the only team you could even try and put in sort of back in the day, and they might just about survive alive.
But anyway, Vibe said Chelsea won the CL without a striker, so the DM is actually the world's biggest issue. Yes, we should have got one, but the squad is still good enough to win. Andrew, are you muted? Andrew?
Yes, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this thing when people say stuff about Chelsea not having a striker or need a striker. People talk about City needing a striker or United needing a DM. Are these things even issues if you have a way to work around it? Because Chelsea technically don't have a DM.
Yeah, I think it depends on the format. think no, he's not a DM like a Fabinho or Fernandinho or something like that, or Rodri. He's different. You can ask any sensible, logical Chelsea fan. They don't want Kante playing as a lone DM. Even in France, he doesn't play as a lone DM.
Yeah, well, not every logical Chelsea fan.
That's why I said logical. That's why I said logical Chelsea fan.
We'd be a bit stuck here, wouldn't we? Looking for a logical Chelsea fan, fucking hell.
I think it all depends on the formation. Like for City and United and Liverpool, they play with a natural DM, so they need it. Liverpool have got Fabinho, fantastic. Man City have got Fernandinho, aging. Rodri, I don't rate at all. Really, I don't rate that highly. And United, I don't even know what to describe them as. That midfield, it's just complete ass cheeks.
But there's no way to work around it though, because Ollie plays McTominay and Fred, which, to be fair, I understand why he does it, and it works. You know, they finished second in the league. United fans want him to play Donny with Fred or McTominay, or play Pogba with Matic, and it's not going to work on a consistent basis doing that.
Bro, United with Ronaldo now, yeah. Sorry, Andrew, go on.
So I'm just going to say it's going to pop off. I think it also matters on the quality of midfielder. I don't rate McTominay or Fred at all. I just don't. I don't know what Fred is from Macclesfield, and McTominay looks like a slimmed down version of Brock Lesnar without any skills. So you know, I think the problem. I think what you'll find with United this season, they will score a lot of goals, yeah, but you're still going to find the same old issue. I mean, everyone will praise them for the away record, but if you actually speak to United, probably like if you actually speak to some United fans who don't rate the away record, they'll say there's a lot of draws in there, in that away record. So I just think it does matter, but they'll be up there because they'll score a lot of goals. That's the issue for United. They've got the best. I think they've got the best attack in the Premier League. I really do. But I'm going to shoot off, fellas, and I'll speak to you in a week. Yeah.
All right, peace, bro.
Cheers.
So, Andrew.
I think that United should, because if you look at United's defence here, it's definitely better than Liverpool's defence when we went to the Champions League final and lost. And what got us to that final and what got us top four was that we just outscored everybody. Kind of similar to the 2013 season when we finished second in the league. We just kind of outscored everybody else. Now, United's defence is already one of the best in the leagues with Maguire and Varane, Wan-Bissaka, Luke Shaw. You know, they've got decent goalkeepers, De Gea, Henderson, etc. Do you not think then that is the perfect sort of scenario for them to kind of do a all-out attack XI where they just play Donny, Pogba, and Bruno in the midfield and just go? No, but I'm serious though, because
no.
Yeah, but it's never going to happen though.
I hear what you're saying, but there's a big difference between the two situations. One was managed by Jurgen Klopp, the other one's got Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Now, I'm not here to slag off Ole Gunnar Solskjaer because, believe it or not, there's probably not many other people who could do as well as he's done with the situation he was given, which is his owners are shit. But there's the thing is, the midfield is we see this nowadays. The midfield is crucial to everything. They're, you know, the protection for your defense. They're the link up with your attack. Everything goes through your midfield unless you're playing hoofball, which Ollie doesn't do. A midfielder is you could possibly shit out your way to a Champions League. You know, Ronaldo will get you goals. Greenwood will get you goals. Sancho, Rashford, Cavani, they'll all get you goals. And yeah, you may keep a couple of clean sheets with Varane, Maguire, whatever. But you cannot sustain a Premier League campaign and try and even win the title without a midfield. You just can't, because it's too crucial. The Premier League is so tight. One slip up and you've lost the title. I mean, I fully expect Chelsea to be up there. I think Chelsea have got the depth to be up there. I think Liverpool will be up there, providing they keep their key men fit. I look at all of the other teams. I'm like, they've all got a midfield. Even Leicester have got a better midfield than Manchester United. And that's mad, right? They've got Ndidi, Tielemans, Maddison. That is miles better.
The problem with
Old Trafford.
The problem with United, though, is that because it's like everybody's trying to be like City and Liverpool with this 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1 sort of formation that Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp sort of made permanent in the Premier League. Nobody wants to play the old school 4-4-2. If United went back to that sort of 4-4-2, experimenting with 4 midfielders, they've got the best midfield in the league. We're forgetting Ronaldo started off as a left midfielder. He can also play across the midfield, centre attacking midfield. Sancho can play right midfield. Have we seen him? Have we seen him? Because
Ronaldo was diagnosed with a knee injury about, when was it? I think 2014. He was diagnosed with a knee injury. He cannot play on the wings anymore. He's purely a target man only. You've seen that. You see that in his game.
Well, all right, fair enough. You play Ronaldo up front, right? Sancho can play midfield. Rashford can play midfield. There's no reason for United. Look, this is the difference between having an intelligent manager and an unintelligent manager, is knowing how to adapt to your players. If you look at the players Manchester United have, they could quite easily go on to win a league or Champions League if they change their formation. They don't need to play with 3 midfielders. If they played with 4 midfielders, they could quite easily, because you look at like I said, the players they've got. Sancho can play midfield. So can Rashford. I know you're saying Ronaldo can't anymore, but you know that there's always time. He's one of the best in the world. We don't know what he can or can't do in terms of his ability. Obviously, we know Pogba.
They sort of do that because Bruno plays as sort of like a second striker, does he not? I wouldn't view Bruno as a cam. I'd view him more as a sort of cam / second striker. I think Ollie sort of does play with a 4-4-2, but instead of, I think he does have more attackers because he's got lots of attackers. I think what he's trying to do is fit as many attackers as he physically can into his team. And whilst that works, I still think I'm still not convinced that whatever midfield partnership you do, I'm not convinced unless Ollie was to be brave and play, and it would be a car crash waiting to happen, and Varane is not going to know what's hitting because the amount of times he's going to be running to cover back because Maguire's not got the pace and he ain't got someone in front of him is what you suggested, which is play Donny, Pogba, Bruno, which, I think every other opposition team are going to be shitting bricks. And so is Varane because he's going to be like, oh, fuck. How much fun?
Yeah, but you would never play that though, wouldn't it?
No, I agree. I agree.
Why doesn't he play Lindelof as a midfielder though? Because Lindelof can play.
Well, that has been that has been suggested, hasn't it? And I think against some of the smaller sides, or maybe in the Carabao Cup, he needs to try it because Lindelof is a centre back, but he's got really good passing on him. And what is the one thing that is always moaned about with Fred and McTominay? Their passing is shite. This one thing is actually the only thing letting them down in midfield. So I do think they should try Lindelof.
Lindelof would be abysmal in midfield. Lindelof would be abysmal in midfield.
Yeah, like people saying Lindelof in midfield is just madness.
Because Lindelof, I like Lindelof, and he's actually an intelligent defender. Like I saw a little bit when he was at Benfica. I watch him for Sweden. Like he actually is an intelligent defender. From Man United, I see him play, and I see him purposely pull out of tackles or angle himself or position himself in ways where he doesn't get stuck into things. If he's doing that in midfield, it will leave Man United's defense exposed because he'll then be partnered with, say, a Pogba or a Bruno or a Fred, who's not going to help him. He will get exposed.
Their defense is already exposed.
I know,
it's
but
exposed
you
to whatever you play in front of it.
Then why play Lindelof? That's going to make it worse.
Because I don't think he'll be any worse than what they've already got.
He will be.
It's worth it. So you're telling me that against a West Ham in the Carabao Cup, putting Lindelof as a DM isn't worth an option, isn't worth the try?
Yes, maybe even West Ham can beat Man United.
Well, yeah, but it's only Carabao Cup. But you know what? You say that,
But then these same United fans will say, Ollie's lost another semi-final or another quarter-final.
Yeah, but who realistically gives a shit about the Carabao Cup? Not even Plymouth Argyle take the Carabao Cup seriously, Brian.
But this semi-final record Ollie has, it's including the 2 Carabao Cup semi-finals against what's his name.
That's cool. He's lost a few semi-finals. It's
yeah, but that's the trophies they're going to have to go for. Because personally, I don't think they'll win in Prem or Champions League.
I actually think they've got a better chance of winning the Champions League than they have anything else. There's madness behind it.
Well, it's a knockout competition. Of course,
you can shit out. You can shit house your way through that. If they top the group and get a favourable last 16, they're in the quarters. What? And then all they've got to do is try and play counter-attacking football. And realistically, the only real challengers are the team from England. But Real Madrid aren't going to be challenging. Neither are Barcelona. Bayern Munich will. PSG will. But realistically, there's no one else in Europe that is really.
Yeah, but then if you get faced with a PSG before the final, you're fucked. Like,
no.
I disagree.
No, you're not fucked.
United can beat PSG.
Can I just say one thing about this PSG thing, Prime? Let me just say this one thing. This isn't the same PSG team that lost to Munich in the final or lost to United in a quarterfinal.
No, I agree. It's a PSG.
With Sergio Ramos at centre back and Hakimi now.
It's got Pochettino, and that's the one. And ultimately, that's the one thing that will let PSG down is they've got Poch.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter anymore. That doesn't matter anymore.
It does. O'Shea, it does matter. This PSG team is still beatable. But again, the same thing with Man United that happened last season is this semi-final thing or final thing. It's now no longer about Ole, because once you get to that big stage, there's only so much again a manager can do. Yeah. If the players don't turn up, they don't turn up. If Pogba and Rashford and Bruno, all these world-class players are not turning up if they get to a Champions League semi-final or a Champions League final or they're in the title race and they push them over the line. If these players just don't turn up, what
and they've got Ronaldo. They've got Ronaldo now as well. So
that's exactly what I was going to say. This is exactly what I was going to say. When you brought up the Pochettino thing, the reason why that doesn't matter, and it's for the same reason why having Ole doesn't matter at United, is because we know there's only 2 players in the world I've seen do this. Well, I've seen Neymar do it, but it obviously isn't good enough. Is that players like Messi and Ronaldo can manage a team. They are kind of like player managers in a way, just without the title. So having Pochettino there is irrelevant because Messi will be in the dressing room going, no, those tactics are wrong, do this, do that. And so will Ronaldo at United. And those managers will be listening to those players. If you don't think Pochettino isn't going to look at Messi when Messi goes, no, that's wrong, you don't do that, we're going to play this way, then you're deluded, because they will. Pochettino will. He will do what Messi asks him to do. If Messi says, no, that tactic is wrong, we're not going to do that.
Well, Vibes makes a very good point in the chat. Messi did manage an 8-2 loss to Bayern Munich.
But look at the players he had around him. That whole Barcelona squad was done. Piqué, Jordi Alba, Vidal, they're done. They were finished. Now you've got a team with Mbappe.
But that PSG team is still beatable. I don't care what people say. It's still beatable. If Ole was to set United up the right way, which is basically low block, sit deep, counter-attack, which is what United do against all big teams, look, it'll be a tough game. I'm not saying they're going to win it comfortably. It's going to be a bloody tough game. But they can still beat PSG. They can beat Chelsea. They can beat Liverpool. They could beat City. I think United's best chance of actual glory is probably an FA Cup or Champions League. They won't sustain, for me, enough results to get a Premier League. They might get a Carabao Cup, but we all know that's City's trophy. So I think an FA Cup or I even think Champions League. I mean, this United side, apart from barring that midfield, which is fucking dreadful, they've probably got one of the best teams in the world. I mean, you take away that midfield, you put them par on par with the other best teams in the world. I think United probably do have one of the best teams in the world, barring that midfield. I mean, you look at that defense, it is no worse or no better than any of the other top teams. The attack is full of talent. They've got depth in their attack. You've got Ronaldo, you've got Greenwood, you've got Cavani, Sancho, Rashford, Bruno, even Lingard, if he can maintain his form that he had for West Ham. It's just that midfield. So I do see them being able to challenge for a trophy, but Premier League is way out of question with that midfield anyway.
Fair enough.
You're also forgetting they've got Phil Jones as well, who's one of the greatest centre-backs of all time.
Phil Jones, man, bloody hell.
And Prime's a Doncaster fan as well. And whilst he's not here hosting, I can say that, and we can all just get that clipped up.
Do you honestly though think that when you look at this PSG, because people keep saying, oh, they're beatable, but that's only become apparent before the signings they've made. Because before the signings PSG made, they only really had a good attack, and the midfield was all right, and the defense was all right. Whereas now you've got Sergio Ramos, who's one of the greatest defenders of all time. You've got Hakimi, who's a brilliant up and coming right wing back. They've got Marquinhos, Kimpembe, who's they can rotate between the two. They've now signed Donnarumma, who's the heir to Buffon. Gini Wijnaldum, as a Liverpool fan, I know what he can do. Verratti. They're probably going to be playing Messi as a number 10 with Mbappe, Di Maria, and Neymar. Like, it's a different team to the past few seasons.
But every team is beatable. I'm not going to sit here and say that no team is unbeatable. Every team on their day is beatable.
This is essentially a modern day Galactico, though.
Yeah, but even Galacticos get beaten. Like, that's why we love football. That's why we love football, because a small or a lesser team, not club, lesser team, can go on and beat one of these big teams, one of the Galacticos. You're right, it's filled with talent. I've seen Mbappe have a shit game. I've seen Neymar have a shit game. I've seen Messi have a shit game. I mean, no one is exempt from having a shit game. And that's why we love football, isn't it? Because these bigger teams, like the PSG that we're seeing this year, they're beatable because every team is.
I do think honestly PSG will win the Champions League. I'm just looking at the comments. O'Shea, will Mane get on the Europe? Will get on in the Europa next season? Grandad, listen. If you honestly think that Liverpool are going to be, I don't understand this logic. Liverpool are going to fail to get top four. Well, last season, with no fans in the stadium, no centre backs, and our midfielder playing at centre back, so we essentially really had no real midfield.
Yeah, but I do blame Klopp. I do blame Klopp heavily for last season. Not for the injuries. I don't blame him for the injuries, but I do blame him for putting midfielders in defence. We saw it in the back end of last season, didn't we? The minute he trusted, you did have options because you could have played Reece Williams, you could have played Nat Phillips in their centre back straight away, right? Which would have meant because we all know that a Liverpool side, the most important thing for you is your midfield, it's your engine, right? Your midfield is crucial to how you play, like the way you press, the way everything goes through your midfield. What he did is, you of course, the injuries to your centre backs was hardly ideal. But what he then did is not only did he obviously lose the quality in defence, he decided to remove the quality from midfield, put that back into defence, and then, weaken both your defence and your midfield. Whereas if he had just put Nat Phillips and Reece Williams, and yes, you'd have conceded goals, and yes, it's far from ideal, you'd have still had your engine, you'd have still had your best players in midfield, and you'd have probably done a bit better than you did last season because you'd have still had your midfield. And you'd have had that consistency in midfield. So I do blame Klopp last season.
That's fair enough. I can't disagree with that because there was times like when he played Henderson in defence, and like we've said before, look, stop playing Henderson in defence. He can't cut it as a centre back. But we finished third in the league that season. So where this idea is coming from that Liverpool are all of a sudden not going to finish top four because we didn't strengthen squad depth is ridiculous.
Because you are one injury away from not getting it, and if Salah gets an injury, you are so fucked. It's unreal.
If Salah gets an injury, there's a big issue. But Salah's not had a long term. The biggest injury Salah's had was when he was intentionally injured in the Champions League final by Sergio Ramos.
Yeah, no, I get that, but Van Dijk hadn't had a long term injury. He hadn't been injured.
Of course, again, but that was a freak injury. That was.
But these freak injuries happen though.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
yeah, exactly. They do happen.
This is what frustrates me about this conversation, though, because it's in the 4 years Van Dijk has played for Liverpool, he had one freak injury. The only reason he had the freak injury was because he's such an attacking-minded centre-back. He just happened to be in that. But any other centre-back, John Terry, Ferdinand, company, would never have got injured like that by the goalkeeper because no other centre-back is running to score a goal. Yeah, these things happen, but it's all good and true saying that when it happened once. Do you know what I mean? It's like getting struck by lightning and then saying, well, next time there's a thunderstorm out, make sure you stay indoors because these things happen. Well, yeah, they happen. But it's unlikely to happen again. You know,
Actually, sorry, Osher, you finish this, and then this will be the last point about Liverpool, because, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not dismissing what you guys are saying, of course, and I'm not going to be naive because I was naive at the beginning of last season, and you know, Prime could tell you himself on the terrace that these guys told me about injuries, and I said, well, it's not going to happen. We've been Mr. Consistent for 3 years, and look what happened. But I just think the injuries we had last season, bar Van Dijk, were no different from what we have every other season. The only difference was that they happened at the same time. So Gomez and Matip were injured at the same time. You know, but that doesn't, bar that happening, Gomez is usually injured during the season. Matip usually gets injured during the season. Van Dijk had a freak injury. These things are very unlikely to occur again. As we saw last season, many clubs had major injuries. Leicester had, I think, 16, 17 injuries. There's many clubs that had big injuries. It's very unlikely to happen again. I just don't see how Liverpool don't finish top four. Bar Chelsea, United and City, I don't see any other club that's better than Liverpool, even with injuries, to stop us from getting in the top four. So, yeah, that's my final say on Liverpool.
Well, to be honest, Liverpool, that's a dream in itself. And if we continue, we'll be here for much longer than we probably should be. Let's talk quickly about the relegation 6-pointer. Arsenal. Oh, I didn't bring it up. Arsenal, they're back. Are they back? Are they back?
No.
They're still getting relegated.
Okay, you go on this, Don. You speak.
Fucking hell. I mean, I don't even know where to begin with this fucking lot. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Well, let's begin with Pepe getting pocketed by Brandon Williams.
Exactly, and I love Brandon Williams, so let's start there. That seems like a good shout. Brandon Williams, best left back in the league. Pepe is fucking trash. I mean, £72 million. You might as well have saved the £72 million, bought me for free, and gave me a fucking Big Mac every week because I'd have done a better job than fucking Pepe. I mean, Jesus Christ, like some of the positions he gets into, how he's not scoring enough. I don't understand this Arsenal team, and I'm gonna slam Saka because, to be frankly honest, he's been absolute dog shit for months now. Absolutely months. He has been shocking. Absolutely shocking.
The problem with their youngsters, though, they've just been overplayed.
Yeah. I agree, but that doesn't mean that they can escape criticism because I've had enough of their fans and all of their crap. I mean, Martinelli's apparently a generational talent, but I don't see a generational talent. Even in this Arsenal side, the shittest Arsenal side we've seen for years, Martinelli can't even get into it, so he's shit as well. Saka has been shit. Aubameyang is shit. Pepe is shit. Odegaard, yeah, cool,
shit.
Whatever, Real Madrid reject. Maitland-Niles, shit. Lokonga, he's actually probably their best player, and I feel for this kid. Tomiyasu had a fairly all-right game. Wasn't nothing to shout out about. Ben White, what a signing, £50 million. You might as well just got a double-decker bus, because to be frankly honest, you have William Saliba, and Arteta wants to play out from the back. Your fucking one and only ball-playing centre-back at your club is on loan again. Like, fuck my life. Shit.
Yeah, but maybe William Saliba is just not cut out for the Prem.
No, that's a lie, because he probably could, because he's better than Rob Holding, who Arteta still
He's
consistent.
better than Ben White.
But again,
He's better than.
you don't know that.
Well, he is, because you just got, and I'm not basing it all on stats because that would be just dumb. But you look at the stats of Saliba and the way he plays and what he does. It's perfect for Arsenal and for their dog shit, disgraceful. How the fuck they call him a manager? I will never know.
No, he's doing that in the French league.
Yes, mate. With Lille.
To bring that into the... Keep in mind, what is he, 18, 19 years old?
Mate, he was with Lille. He was with Lille, not PSG. If he was doing that...
He wasn't with Lille. He's with
Marseille.
Well, that's even worse, because they're even worse than Lille. Like, he's doing it an average French side in the French league, which is
but he has no pressure doing that. He's coming again. Arsenal fans claim he's the Mbappe of centre backs. They're in a relegation battle.
No. I wouldn't go that.
He's under so much pressure.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far. But to be frankly honest, it's worth a chance. He's never been given, an opportunity.
Because maybe he's just not good enough.
Or maybe Arteta's just clueless. Have you thought about that?
Well, yeah, I do, but again, he's in the French league. I don't hear him pulling up trees. If there's a thing of Arsenal don't want him, if it's a thing Arsenal don't want him, or he's going out on loan, why is it no Prem team wanted to take him out on loan?
Because, firstly, the reason he's not pulling up trees is he's centre back, and secondly, we don't really know what Saliba's about until he's given an opportunity. I mean, putting Greenwood in as a kid, Saka in as a kid, they're risks. But managers do those because it may work out. And what's the harm in trying? Saliba's never been given a fair enough crack of the whip. Never. Because even in the lesser games, I know for Arsenal, they don't really have lesser games because even a team like Plymouth Argyle will probably be a fucking challenge for Arteta. But the thing is, he's just... I lose energy on this team because they're just so shit. I mean, they just scraped Norwich 1-0. And this is a Norwich side that is going straight back down, whose only real abilities were on their wing backs. The whole team is pretty dog shit apart from the fact that they've actually...
And let's be honest, Norwich played better than Arsenal in that game as well.
Yeah. You're not far wrong there. You're really not. I mean... do you know what, Arsenal? You're fucked. Enjoy your relegation and fucking Sam Allardyce ball, whatever you do next season. Because
Arsenal need to get relegated because
they do, because I will fucking kill them all.
What they need to do, why Arsenal need to get relegated, right? Because it's kind of like they've gone beyond that sort of point of helping. You know, when you've got, I don't know if this is the best example, but you know when you've got like a young person who is, you know, he's getting so much advice from people around him, stop doing this, stop doing that, and he's not listening, he's kicking off in school, he's causing fights, and it's kind of like, you know what, you need to get sent to young offenders for a few months to learn. Do you get where I'm coming from? Like that is what Arsenal need. You're not a team. It's not like United who, you know, they were doing terribly a couple seasons ago, but you know, it's kind of like they're learning from their mistakes. The Glazers are learning what I know we said they haven't really learned. They need to get a DM, but they're learning. You know, they finished second last season. They get into finals, whatever.
They finally brought in the director of football, so they are learning.
Exactly.
You are right.
Exactly. Arsenal are not learning, and it kind of has to get worse before it gets better at Arsenal. And you know, they are too big of a club to where if they did get relegated, they're not going to stay in the Championship. Like that's not going to happen. If they did get relegated, they'd be back up the next season. And it would be a kick up the arse for them, but I think they need to get relegated.
Do you think they would genuinely come back up though? Because I don't.
Of course.
No. I think if they went down, mate, they are in.
Mate, they'd be fucked because the amount of players they would
lose all their big players.
And the thing is,
look at Leeds. I mean, they really.
Mate, Leeds went down to League One.
Yeah, they were.
And
this ain't no easy picking if they come in.
I think the only one of their big players. I think the only ones who stay are
no one.
Rowe,
No,
But players,
no one would
just
stay.
leave.
Big contract.
Players can't just leave. They're under contract, so they can't just say, "Well, we don't want to pay him."
Oh shit! Wait, hold on. If Liverpool get relegated this season, are you telling me Salah stays?
I'm not saying Salah. It's not about whether Salah stays. He's under contract. So if FSG say you're not leaving the club, I don't care what offer comes in. We are going to get
all these big players. Are you telling me they don't have?
Yeah, but he just won't play. He'll be like, "Fuck it, I'm not playing."
They've got a relegation clause.
Financially, they couldn't afford it. The
Even
money,
if they get in the finance, they've got a relegation clause.
oh, and that probably helps.
The
I didn't know
bigger
about
players anyway.
Is there relegation clauses in there?
Yeah, obviously.
No, they wouldn't have relegation clause in.
Are you telling me? Are you telling me United can get relegated and Ronaldo will stay?
No, because it's all financial, Prime. But the thing is, if they were to get relegated, they would genuinely, they would have to sell all their big players, because the money in the Championship, they're going to get nowhere near the amount. Yeah, okay, cool. Some of the payments you get from the Premier League for going down may help you, but
they'd still be fucked.
Oh yeah,
Fucked.
Look, I'm agreeing with you. I think if they do go down, they're not coming back to the Premier League for quite some time, and I'm going to whip these fans for a long time. Prime is, I'm possibly going to get accused of bullying Arsenal fans at some point in the near future, because I'm going to be relentless. Genuinely.
Accused for bullying. What am I doing?
Well, Prime, what you're doing is almost murdering them. Like the way you. I mean, at some point, we're probably going to get arrested for bullying or God knows what to Arsenal fans, because it's almost torture now.
Well, look, without saying too much and ruining certain things, if certain plans me and Prime and Gem have come to fruition, then Jesus Christ. When it comes to Arsenal, Prime's, oh my God, I'm not trying to say too much, but there's certain ideas that me, Prime and Gem have for Arsenal, and oh my God, if we can film these,
if they cried because you went outside the Emirates when you won the Champions League, the shit that happens if they go down, oh my Lord, that is gonna be it's gonna be hilarious. I'm so excited.
Yeah, but I mean, even talking about that game. Go on.
No, go on, Charlie. It's fine.
No, I was going to say, even talking about that game is the fact that, their best player was their fucking new right back / centre back, and Norwich dropped probably one of their they dropped Rashika, Cantwell, Gilmore, and played someone who started their first game at centre back, and they still only won 1-0.
They genuinely rotated against Arsenal.
I saw that. Why did they rotate? I figured they'd bring off Gilmore and Cantwell and stuff off the bench, but they didn't do that.
I thought it was quite dumb, actually, because I think Norwich could have beaten this Arsenal side if they had the likes of Gilmore and Cantwell playing.
That's what I mean. They dropped Rashika, Cantwell, Gilmore, and they had a debutant playing his first game at first start.
What does that say about Arsenal? Is because look, Todd Cantwell's a brilliant player. I'd love him at Liverpool, and I'm not gonna, I'm not disrespecting him. But if Norwich, if we're sat here saying a team like Norwich, you only beat them just 1-0, and they didn't even have their best players on the pitch, what does that say about you as a club? Arsenal, we're not even talking about an Everton. Arsenal Football Club, the Invincibles, the Doubles, Thierry Henry, Bergkamp, Ian Wright. What are we talking about here? This is Arsenal Football Club.
What we're talking about is we're talking about the Newcastle of London. Arsenal Football Club are now the Newcastle of London. They're a former club with no ambition, no hope, and their fans stink a piss.
Yeah, that's the thing as well, right? They haven't been they always talk about this invincible thing, right? They haven't been that good since I was about 8 years old. So that just says everything. That was 20 or nearly 20 years ago. You know
what? I said it on a stream a few months ago, and I remember talking about this, and I said, look, Arsenal fans should have recognized the problem 10 years earlier. When the problem with Arsenal was very easily be recognizable. When they were papering over the cracks with superstar signings and paying players big wages. and they never began to notice, you know, how their players all got taken from them, the Sami Nazaris, the Fabregases, the Van Persies. I can remember the year when Fabregas and Van Persie left.
Yeah.
It was within a month of each other. And, you know, Arsenal fans were crying about it, but they were crying about it in the same way that Liverpool fans were upset when Mascherano left. And I remember thinking to myself, you guys don't realize the severity of this, because one of these players has just gone to a direct rival. The other one's gone back to Barcelona, but we always knew that was just a stepping stone so he could go to Chelsea. Sami Nasri went to City. Adebayor went to Manchester City as well. You don't see the problems, Arsenal fans. They didn't see the problems, and then they went and papered over the cracks with Mesut Ozil and Alexis Sanchez, and it's like you didn't see the problems. It's like somebody who's losing money consistently, but your boss is still gifting you Rolexes for work, so you still think you're balling. You're not balling. You're losing money consistently, and you're not recognizing this. And it wasn't until it was too late when Alexis wanted to leave, and the truth around Ozil's ability, and you know he'd aged and it wasn't great. When all that had happened, that's when the banners came out, and the banners came out against the wrong person, against Arsene Wenger. He gave you Aubameyang, who arguably was the best striker in the league when he first joined. He won the Golden Boot. He was fantastic.
Wenger was the greatest thing for Arsenal. I mean, realistically, no other manager has got them top four. Who else has got them top four?
Yeah. Arsenal would be wouldn't be worrying about finishing in a European spot had they still had Wenger now. They wouldn't be.
Yeah. 100%, because Wenger always found a way.
Yeah. He always found a way, and those players such as Nicolas Pepe. Let's say hypothetically Arsenal still sign the same players that they have. Pepe would be playing a lot differently. Thomas Partey would be playing a lot better than he has been. I mean, he's been all right, but he'd be playing a lot better than he has been. You know, Aubameyang, as great as he was when they first got him, he wouldn't have had a dip last season. He would have continued to perform because Wenger simply wouldn't have allowed him to dip so badly as he did. The likes of Saka and Martinelli would have developed a lot better. You know, the way Saliba, as you mentioned before, has been handled. I don't think he would have allowed Martinez to go. I think Wenger would have been like, no, Leno can sit on the bench. Martinez is going to be our number one.
Yeah.
You know, Kieran Tierney, as good as Kieran Tierney's been okay. But, you know, when you see Kieran Tierney play for Scotland sometimes and then you see him play for Arsenal, it's like two completely different players. And I just feel like what Arsenal, like I said, it's inevitably going to happen. They're going to go down to the Championship. I don't think this is banter. It's inevitably going to happen at some point.
I made a claim saying that they'll be in the Championship within 5 years.
Unless they get taken over, unless someone comes in and takes them over, they're getting relegated.
Of course, but you could say that about any club, couldn't you?
No, but it is, you know, more than likely. I'm not going to say it's going to happen with Arsenal, but with what's going on right now with the toxicity at the club, the fact the fans don't like the owners, and they nearly got taken over last season by that Spotify guy. I think there was a Nigerian, the richest man in Africa, nearly bought them as well.
They were never close because Kroenke don't want to sell up. He doesn't give a shit. He doesn't care that fans are upset because guess what? They'll still buy the merchandise. They'll still go to the games. They still pay him.
Yeah.
He'll never leave because he lives on the other side of the world. They can't get to him. He lives in America, right? He sent his son over to smooth the stuff. He's never wanted to sell the club, and if he does, he'll want to sell it for a ridiculous figure because he'll be like, well, I've done this for it. You make this from it. Arsenal are done. They're done. Arsenal are worse than Norwich. I'll put it out there. They're a shit club with shit fans. Simple. Actually, fuck it. That's actually disrespectful of Norwich. They're the Doncaster of football. They're done out here.
You have to bring them into it.
I know somebody from Doncaster who I'm quite fond of, so that's disrespectful to Doncaster.
You're not fond of Aaron, are you? You're not fond of Aaron.
I'm different. We have Aaron. I think that's fair. But Aaron could be female. We don't know.
Don't do that. They are the Camier, Accrington, Stanley. Who are they of of the Premier League.
That is really harsh on Accrington,
I
Stanley.
mean, that's taking the piss out of Accrington, mate. They'd love to have a manager like fucking that. John
Coleman,
Coleman.
yeah. They'd love it.
Who's more likely to win a title, Arsenal or Doncaster?
Neither.
None of them. Both of them are getting relegated.
Both of them will be in the National League within 10 years.
But you have to win a trophy to get promoted, though.
He's saying it now. We're laughing, but he's saying this now. If that happens, we'll be having to pay him some big money because if that happens, I'll give you a check.
Arsenal fans, I've said it here first. You're going to be in the National League within 10 years. I genuinely
imagine time fan cams when Arsenal get relegated this season. Like we're still a big club. We're still a big club. We're still invincibles. I mean, we're going to win the Premier League in 2 years. We're going to get promoted. Then we're going to go on to win the Premier League. Like, listen, just imagine.
And all of those Arsenal fans that laughed at me when I said you wouldn't get relegated. I'm waiting. I'm just chilling. I'm just sat here chilling because when it happens, I'm coming for every single one of
this since last summer. I said to my friend group, like there's an Arsenal fan and quite a few of them are like League One fans and Championship and stuff. And I was like, and this is just after winning the FA Cup as well. And I said, if Arsenal keep continuing along this trajectory that they have been the past decade, they will get relegated within 4 or 5 years. And I got laughed at and called salty because we had just lost them in the final.
Yeah, I'm just, as I said, I'm just here chilling, waiting. And these Arsenal fans, they might want to either deactivate Twitter or hide under a rock because I'll be coming for them. It's going to be brutal.
I reckon it makes the news. I honestly reckon it makes the news. If Arsenal were to get relegated this season, it will be on ITV News. It will. Honestly, I think it will be. No, it will because of the size of the club. I think the size of the club and what they've done for football. Because look, as much as we sit here and disrespect Arsenal, what Wenger came and did for football was unprecedented, and what he brought to the Premier League was unprecedented. And the size of Arsenal Football Club as a club, you know, for them to get relegated. I know we talk about Leeds and the fall of Newcastle, but Arsenal are a bigger club than those clubs were at their peak. And
no, they're not.
Well, they are, bruv. They are. Arsenal are a big club.
They're not bigger than Leeds.
Leeds won the Champions League.
Leeds are a European club.
Okay, Nottingham Forest won a Champions League. Are we going to say Notts Forest?
Nottingham Forest are bigger than Arsenal, yes.
Yeah. They're not. They're globally, they're not, though. Domestically,
no, not now. Not now. I agree, not now. But at that time, yes.
Arsenal at their peak of peak and Leeds at their peak of peak. Arsenal were a bigger club than Leeds. They're the third most successful club in England. Let's not. But as much as I don't like Arsenal, and I'll sit here and banter Arsenal till I'm blue in the face, and that's very hard because I'm Jamaican, so I don't change colour. But I will sit here and banter Arsenal till I'm blue in the face.
Yeah, but again,
they're the third most successful club.
No, but that's mostly due to FA Cups and Community Shields. They're not with the big trophies.
Well, Premier League titles, the double that they won, the Invincibles that they won, beating Liverpool in 89-90 was a big thing. Look, I'm not licking Arsenal's ass because many of you will prime knows better than anyone. You know, I completely despise Arsenal, but I just think the size of the club, for them to get relegated is madness.
It's going to be the greatest moment in football history.
Oh yeah, of course. I can't wait for it to happen. I don't care. Don't get it twisted. I would be more upset. I'd be devastated if United got relegated. I'd be devastated, even as a Liverpool fan, because you need that yin and yang. You need your Joker to your Batman. But if Arsenal got relegated, I honestly wouldn't care. It would make no difference to me whatsoever. It would, other than happiness.
Do you know, I may genuinely, if I had the choice between Argyle getting promotion from League One this year or Arsenal getting relegated, I'm this close to saying I may genuinely be happier staying in League One for another season just to see them wankers get relegated. Because ultimately it'd be the greatest moment and I could have so much fun. Like, I play FIFA for fun. I'll be on Twitter for fun. Just absolutely.
I'll take Spurs winning a trophy if Arsenal get relegated because I already think Spurs will win the the Conference League. And I put them as favourites to win the Europa League last season as well. Like, it doesn't matter.
They're not winning the Conference League. Jose's at Roma, mate. Not a fucking chance.
I know, but Spurs should win it because they have the better squad, apparently.
Yeah, but we won't go like that way. But Roma will win.
Yeah, but like Vibe said as well, though. Like Vibe said as well, this is all getting recorded on Amazon.
I know. When that documentary,
if they do get relegated, right, then they should copy a Sunderland and do Arsenal Till I Die. Imagine the scene.
Have you heard? Apparently, their first 3 episodes, which is supposed to be the first 3 Prem games or whatever, apparently they're getting deleted and scrapped.
Yeah. Did you know that apparently Lacazette got fucked by Odegaard? Not even joking.
Yeah,
it would not surprise me. It would not surprise me if Amazon have caught them two fucking, recorded it, and Arsenal have gone, absolutely not. Here's some money.
But that is quite embarrassing to get.
And the fact that Lacazette, especially of that bundle, is getting railed by the new signing, like Jesus Christ.
Are you thinking the picture? Are you being serious right now?
No, I'm being deadly serious. It was
a rumor that Lacazette.
Yeah, but when
it was widely reported that apparently Lacazette and Odegaard had sexual intercourse.
Wow.
Yeah, but wasn't that like a fake tweet or something? It was on Twitter.
It was legit, mate. It was a legit tweet from a legit source. It was fucking hilarious.
Fuck that. Imagine if that was in there. Well, it wouldn't be in there, but
the first openly gay footballers, right? If that was true.
Well, hold on. We don't know if they're gay or Lacazette has just dressed up like a girl again, and Odegaard's got confused with the bundle.
What do you mean again?
Well, I have that vibe, don't I? I have that vibe that I reckon Lacazette dresses up like a woman and gets railed by half the team.
Let's not get into this. Allegedly, we don't.
I know Bellerin definitely does. Bellerin definitely puts lipstick on and gives lineups. Like
he's definitely had his mouth around a fair few penises at Arsenal.
Yeah,
probably Arteta's first.
Bellerin took me by surprise, because he's Spanish, yeah. And I heard this interview. A man's talking like he's straight out of Hackney. Man did this mad interview. Man was like, "Yeah, so blood, you get me. So playing for Arsenal, yeah, it's a big."
But he's been in London for years, though. That's why.
Yeah, I know, but it took me by surprise, bro. Because it's just and there's many players like even Wilfred Zaha. You can still hear the African tone, like the Ivory Coast tone in his voice when he talks. And Wilfred Zaha has been raised there since he was a child. But the way Bellerin is like, yeah, bro, you get me. So playing for you done no, yeah, blood, you get me. Playing for Arsenal is a big. I was like, fucking hell, bro. I swear to God, this man straight out of Hackney Empire, bro.
Oh, that's just. Yeah. Arsenal, don't sue us because
fine.
If you want to sue us, that's fine because you have no money anyway.
You know what? I'll come and manage your club for free. It'll be fucking hilarious. I'll
take the job, definitely.
First thing, I'll do it for free because the first thing I'm doing is 2 foot in half your team. By the way,
let's get into the Champions League predictions.
First thing I'm doing is a swap deal with.
Go on, bro.
I'm doing a swap deal with Chelsea. Give them Saka for. Who's the worst player?
Rob Holding.
I'll take David Drinkwater.
I would genuinely. I think I could transform Arsenal. Genuinely, if they are watching it. Instead of me getting slammed for slander and all of that stuff about Lacazette, which is absolutely true, I'll come work for you for free. It'll be absolutely wonderful. It definitely did happen though.
The great thing about Arsenal if they get relegated as well, for me as a Liverpool fan, is that I'd love Bukayo Saka to sign for Liverpool. I really would. I just think he's an incredible player. As much as we've said, look, he's been shit for the past few months. He's a brilliant player. And under Jurgen Klopp, you would see the best of Saka flourish.
Greenwood is better though, and I just wanted to make that clear now.
Yeah. Look, Phil Foden's better. Greenwood's better. Mason Mount's better. But Bukayo Saka is a fantastic player, and he's only just turned 20. And I'd love him at Liverpool. it would just be great for bigger Premier League clubs because all of their big players would get signed. But like you just said before, I could have fixed Arsenal. Like it's so easy. You spend 130 million. Let's go through it. So you've already got the front three perfectly patterned off. You've got Aubameyang, Martinelli, and Saka. Right? If you've got a good manager, that is a really good front three. I know we've bantered them for the past hour, but under a good manager, under Jurgen Klopp, that is a very good front three. You sign James Maddison from Arsenal, you sign Houssem Aouar, Odegaard, and you've got Partey. There's your you can rotate with Smith Rowe, Odegaard, Houssem Aouar. You play the three of Maddison, Partey, and Aouar. That's your midfield there. You then go and sign Umtiti, who doesn't want, who Barcelona don't want anymore. You partner him up with Gabriel. You sign Max Aarons from Norwich. That's your right. Like this, it's so simple. It's so simple, and it's like
yeah, but that's what Arteta said. He thought it was going to be simple. Look at him now.
Arteta doesn't know what he's doing. No, he told me.
But Charlie, I am clear of Arteta. Like clear.
Definitely not.
I definitely am. And I mean, you're from Bristol Rovers, so your club's poo-poo.
Man, Charlie actually said that's what Arteta thought as well.
Bro, I'm confident in my years on FIFA career mode that I can do a better job.
Mate, I can trump you. I can trump you. I'm confident with my Football Manager saves and all of the time I've spent on there. Sorting Arsenal out is a piece of cake, mate. It's a piece of cake, and
mate, all they need is Aaron to keep the positivity.
And in fact, I would do that whilst eating the cake. Literally, I'll be there facing Tottenham Hotspur, eating a slice of chocolate cake.
And Ancelotti's smoking cigarettes, and you've just got a chocolate fudge in
mate. Halfway through the first half, once I've seen Aubameyang miss an open goal, I'm going out the back of the stadium for a fag. I'm not even joking.
No, let me tell you what I would do. I know I've spoken a lot, but let me tell you what I would do. Honestly, if I'm Arsenal, I'm giving the managerial job at Arsenal instead of Arteta when he takes over. Leno, I'm sorry, you're becoming our number 2 goalkeeper. If you want to be the number 1, I wouldn't have sold him because I think he is. Look, that the season that he got injured, he was their best player and he was phenomenal in goal that season. We can't deny that. So as a number 2 behind Martinez, he's not a bad number 2. When you look at Liverpool having Kelleher as a number 2, and Kelleher, I think, is a good goalkeeper. Having Leno as a number 2 isn't the worst thing in the world. I would have had Leno, Martinez as our number 1. I would have signed Max Aarons. I would have tried to go in for Umtiti. I would have still signed Ben White as well because they need squad depth. I would have signed Ben White. I would have gone in for Umtiti and partnered him with Gabriel. I would have kept Saliba as well. That's my 4 centre-backs that I've got as my centre-backs, along with Max Aarons and Kieran Tierney on the wings. My midfield, I would have bought Maddison, I would have bought Odegaard, I would have bought Houssem Aouar, and then obviously you've got Emil Smith Rowe, Thomas Partey, and Granit Xhaka. That's 6 midfielders there that you can rotate between. And my front 3, Pepe, he's been a flop, but like I said, under a different manager, I think Pepe would have been better than what he is now. Aubameyang, Lacazette's getting sold, and I'm replacing him with Wilfred Zaha. Aubameyang, Martinelli.
Mate, they don't have like a 200 million budget or unlimited budget.
This would be over like 2 or 3 seasons, wouldn't it? Because
this is starting 11.
No, but that's over a couple of 2-3 seasons, like Arteta's had. They've done all of this. They've done all of this over the last few years. They've spent ridiculous money, and they have. And then to top it off, once I've done all the spending, I'm buying Mason Greenwood for a ridiculous amount of money because Ollie's going to be a prick. Sorted.
No, Mason Greenwood never leaves United, though, does he? He's never
fucking watch him. I could be very persuasive with a lot of wages. I admire you a lot. I think you're fucking brilliant. Nah. Once I've done all my sensible spending, one summer, I'm not buying any other player apart from just Mason Greenwood. I'm just bringing him in, just because I would.
Yeah, you got to sell Aubameyang.
No, I'm thinking. I'm not shitting on you. I'm not pissing on your chips. I'm just thinking realistically with Arsenal signings. Otherwise, I would have said like.
No, I would have done all of what you've done, and then the season after, once I've got the squad sorted, I'm buying Mason Greenwood, mate. Just doing that.
In fact, let me change one thing. Actually, the front three would have remained the same. Aubameyang up front. I would have bought Zaha as backup, sold Lacazette. I would have got Coutinho to play on the left, and you can now teach Saka and Martinelli how to flourish. You got Pepe as well. Saka's probably going to play on the right instead of Pepe. Coutinho on the left. Aubameyang up front. Pepe, Martinelli, and Wilfried Zaha as backup to that front three. The midfield would be Maddison, Aouar, and Partey with Smith Rowe, Odegaard, Xhaka, and who else did I say? I think that's it actually as midfield backup. And then Max Aarons, Umtiti, Gabriel, Kieran Tierney with Saliba and Ben White as backups, and then Martinez and Leno as my goalkeepers. That's what Arsenal is. That was so achievable as well, by the way, because all those players have been linked to Arsenal. So that was very achievable for Arteta to do.
You're acting as if he wasn't trying. They weren't trying to do that this summer.
They weren't.
They were.
What were they saying? What were they saying to each players?
They were. They weren't.
Prime, you clearly haven't met my negotiating skills, mate.
But that's the thing. No, but that's the thing. These men don't care. All this that you just said, we don't care.
The thing is, I ring up Roman Abramovich, ask for a hitman. Edu goes out the door. Suddenly, Josh Kroenke has been tied to a chair. I'm very sorry, Stan. I don't know where Josh has got to, but he gave me your bank card, and I'm about to go shopping. And trust me, I would have. We could. Me and Shay could sort Arsenal out quite easily. All we've got to do: hire a hitman to get rid of Edu, tie Josh Kroenke.
Yeah, both of you will be sacked within the first 2 months. So
not necessarily, because I would have probably had a punch up with at least 4 fourth officials by this point. I'm definitely 2-footing Ollie just for pure banter. And I think Shay's probably going to be in the dugout by himself a lot because I'm probably going to be serving a few match bans. I'll be like a firecracker. I'm going to be a firecracker because that's what Arsenal need. Arsenal need someone just to fire the shit up their ass.
Really? And you want the likes of Xhaka, Ben White, and
hold on. I haven't said I want. Hold on.
No, O'Shea would still keep him.
I haven't said I wanted him, and that's why O'Shea would be there because he can be like, personal relations with the players after I've shouted at him. Shea will be more. I think Shea will be more diplomatic. If we lose a game, I'll probably go in the dressing room throwing shit and screaming in their faces. I'll walk out for a fag, and O'Shea will probably try and probably stop Aubameyang from crying his eyes out because I've told him he shits at football.
What you'd have to do with Aubameyang is just be like, look, fam, look, at the end of the day, you look like a lesbian and you drive her.
You just got to sell him straight away. Get him off the fucking way.
O'Shea will be there reasoning with him. He'll be like, look, Niall was just stressed. He didn't mean to say you really shit at football. But I think what Niall tried to say was you need a vast improvement in your ability. O'Shea would probably reason. And I'll be out there smoking a fag.
I'd reason with some of them. Like the likes of Kolasinac and Mustafi, all of them, man, would get told, look, if you don't leave the club, you're going to go meet your grandma in heaven tomorrow. Like, you're gone, bro. Get out now. You understand? Like, go, bro. Leave the
Trust
club.
We've sorted Arsenal out. All you need to do is hire me and Shay as joint manager, and your club is in for it. We're not promising you it's going to be a smooth process because it's going to be far from smooth. Trust me, it's going to be bumpy. But we'll have you fixed.
You don't know what you guys, all those antics that you're doing, when you guys get battered 6-0 by Liverpool, Chelsea, Spurs, they'll be singing Niall and O'Shea out. So. Brilliant.
Well, banners and everything.
DT to go suck his mum. You understand? So if you want to sing, if you want to sing, yeah, I know troops. So troops are cool. But other than that, yeah.
There's a joke. To be fair,
I'm about to. If the fans get Larry, I'm going all Cantona kick on them. That is quite simple, really.
Do you know them ones, bro? Like, I'll be telling them, man, do you think Xhaka was a bad man? Listen,
I'm putting football boots on,
Man, you
especially
walk
for.
off the pitch and tell the fans to suck their mouth.
I would, bro. I would fully go up to every single player, every single guy in the stadium. I go, "Is your grandma still alive?" That's exactly what I would do. I'd violate every man in the pitch.
You get rushed by AFTV.
If they're still good, well, AFTV are banned from the stadium. I'm just saying.
I'd get rushed by AFTV. What, like how they got rushed the other day? AFTV at Russian, nobody.
I just want to say, under my tenure, AFTV are banned from the Emirates.
They're already banned from the Emirates, but yet they're still allowed in. So,
well, okay, we'll do it a different. Well, okay, Robbie's getting a karate kick then. One of the two.
Mate, Robbie would take you any day.
Mate, I don't think you understand how angry I could get, especially if I've just seen Lacazette or Aubameyang perform as. Oh fuck me! If I've just watched Odegaard and Lacazette performing all sex in the changing room, I don't think you're gonna understand how angry I'm gonna be. So I'm gonna be cool. It's gonna be brutal. The tenure at the Emirates is it's gonna be a shaky ride, and there's gonna be a lot of Arsenal fans. You know, but look, you have to take.
No. Do you know what I do? Just to take the piss out of them. Like, you know, when you ask questions, like when you hear certain certain CEOs of companies ask questions that they're never gonna do, just to get the reaction from fans. Like I'd ask questions like, so I'd make shit up. I'd be like, so I've been speaking to Haringey Council, and we're thinking about knocking down these housing complexes and rebuilding Highbury. What do you guys think about that? Just to fuck with them.
I've got a better idea. For if the fans start getting lippy, I'm going to come out and say, if the fans continue to get lippy, we're selling Saka, and we're going to sell Martinelli. And we're going to start selling the best players if they continue getting lippy. And I will say to them,
hold on, you say that, but your best players will eventually become, what is it you said? Madison.
No, it's okay, because we'll be talking. We'll be talking to them. We'll just be saying that we need to get the fans sorted. So we're just going to threaten to sell you guys. We've no intention of doing it. And here's a cake. And then we're gonna give, like, on every seat there's going to be like a book of songs for them to start singing.
Yeah, lyrics book.
And exactly. And they're going to become the most compliant fan base in the world, because they need. I think Arsenal fans, they need someone to tell them to shut the fuck up, and that is exactly what we'll do. We'll tell them to shut the fuck up. We'll ban all sorts of, like, you know, fan cams. We want none of that shit, right? This is virtually going to turn into a no holds barred situation where some players
positivity though. You can take Aaron as your vicar.
I was just about to say, Aaron is going to be public relations. Aaron is going to be public relations.
I do what City tried to do when they first got taken over. I'd just troll everything. I'd be like, let's go for the best players in the world. Lewandowski tried to go in for Lewandowski, knowing it's never going to happen. Just troll Arsenal for a full transfer window. Just troll the fans like, yeah, we tried to get Lewandowski, but he didn't want to come. We tried to get
isn't that what they're doing now?
Like I'd legitimately try to sign like Modric and Tony Cruz, knowing that we're never going to get them, just to waste Arsenal fans' transfer windows to go, you see what we can do? Shut the fuck up. Stop moaning at us, okay? Because we will continue to do this every season until you shut up. We will offer Tony Cruz £501 wages and publicly ask our journalists to promote that in the news just to fuck you guys up. Okay, so stop complaining at us. Robbie, you've got no hairline. Stop complaining. Yeah? Stop complaining.
We will demand compliance from everyone associated with the club. Like we do not. The minute we start getting lippy bastards, I'm bidding for Mason Greenwood and I'm bidding £1. Right, simple. Right, I'm bidding £1. I'm literally in the dugout. I will literally fish out £1, walk up to Ollie and go, Mason Greenwood. Obviously, get told no, and then just be like, in fact, I will have a megaphone with me, and I'll be shouting instructions onto the pitch with a fucking megaphone. Right, and if Jurgen Klopp wants to pick a fight, it's gonna get brutal. That's all I say. And Sean Dyche, I'll have you as well. Don't you worry about that, sunshine.
I'd violate say Phil Foden's only just turned 19, so he's still quite young. So I think I can still kind of entice him with a trip to Legoland, a Happy Meal, and £5.50 pocket money. Can we try and sign him and just violate?
Now, the Arsenal slander is a lot. Oh,
hold on, that wasn't slander. That was a business proposal, Prime. I think you're misunderstanding what we were trying to do.
We can show you slander if we like. Should we show him?
Let's not. No, because the only reason I wanted to do a Champions League predictor quickly.
But yeah, I just want to make that clear. That was a proposal. If it was slander, it would be a long one. Trust.
Okay. Predictor: Young Boys against Manchester United. Obviously, we're assuming United will have a rotated team, but even their bench should still be able to batter Young Boys. Let's just go through down. O'Shea, what do you think the score will be?
I speak things into existence. Okay. Now let me be realistic. I think United will probably win about 2-1. I think Young Boys will get a goal. I think 2-1. I don't think Ole is going to put out the strongest squad against them. Like I don't think he's necessarily going to be playing the strongest.
All right, cool. Now, what do you think will be?
2-1 Young Boys.
2-1 Young Boys.
I've got thoughts of Istanbul Başakşehir, flying back. Ollie's going to put out a rotated side. Matic is going to forget where the halfway line is. Mata's probably going to perform a stinker. And Ollie Solskjaer's going to shit himself.
Fair. So O'Shea said 2-1 United. Natha 2-1 Young Boys. Fator, are you still there?
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I thought Rashford was a good game. I thought Jesse played a good game as well. I thought Ronaldo played a good. Really.
I feel like to entice Fator, you need to put a picture of a pie on the screen.
Cream pie.
Charlie?
I can get a cream pie if you'd like.
Let's not do that. Charlie?
I'll share my screen time. It's fine.
What do you think the score will be?
I'm going for a tight 2-1 win to Young Boys.
Within getting a cream
pie. Why are we doing Young Boys to win?
Because it's Ollie, and they're away from him, and they're going to be rotating the team. Sevilla
versus Salzburg.
Sevilla versus Salzburg is going to win. Salzburg, I think so. Angelino, man, that bull's egg. Wow, I think
Angelino plays for Leipzig, not Salzburg.
I know, that was the maddest fuck up I've ever said on I always get confused with those two teams. It's the Red Bull, isn't it? It just, I don't know. Salzburg, I think. Oh no, actually, it's a tough one, isn't it? Ooh, Sevilla. Sevilla 1-0.
Okay. Now.
2-0 Sevilla.
Okay. Charlie.
2-1 Sevilla.
Okay. Fator. Okay, cool.
Man, asking for Fator, bro.
he's been asleep for like 2 hours, man. He's with what's her name, innit? What's her name? The porn star.
2-0.
Oh yeah. Fator is with Astrid Wet and
2-1. What do I say? You guys said 2-0.
Isn't Mia Khalifa an Arsenal fan?
Yeah.
No, she supports West Ham.
That's a fitting testament to her job, isn't it? Because she's used to getting piped. So,
that's not.
Fucking hell, man.
Anyway, Dynamo Kiev. O'Shea.
Wow. Okay. 1-1. I don't actually, so you're asking me like I don't know.
Right, cool. Now.
Astrid Wet 1, Benfica 2.
Okay. Charlie.
2-1 Benfica.
Okay.
Every time I see that team, I just get really hungry. You just see Dynamo Kiev.
I instantly think of a chicken.
It's a big game.
This game
big
fucking
games on Tuesday.
Bayern Munich 12-0. 12-0. 12-0.
Honestly.
I'm being honest. Yeah, that's me being generous. About 12-0. No. They've got no Messi, and he was helping.
I'm gonna have to go 8-0 Bayern Munich. Yeah, it's gonna be an app. This is gonna be brutal for Barcelona.
Charlie.
3-0 Bayern.
Oh, boo, Charlie, boo.
Realistic, right, lad? Stop taking the piss.
I'm being realistic. I mean, can you honestly see Barcelona keeping more than you didn't put the nil on Barcelona, Prime?
They're going to be that bad. They're not even going to get a nil. It's just going to be like, you know how England is.
Yeah, it's going to be like 3 plus.
Yeah, -7.
Right, this one, Charlie, what's the score?
It's tough. Wolfsburg are top of Bundesliga, so I'm saying 2-1 Wolfsburg.
Okay. Do you guys have different predictions, Charlie and O'Shea?
I'm gonna say 2-0 Lille.
O'Shea?
I'm going to say the same as what Niall said because of how well Lille did last season.
Just because of how well they did last year.
Yeah, no, honestly, because I think even though it's the French league, to overthrow PSG is quite a big deal. So I'm gonna give them that. Juventus are obviously gonna win this.
I tell you what, this could be an upset because Juve look absolutely shite. I watched them against Napoli, mate. They were dead. Even Keane wanted to score for Napoli.
We're talking about Malmo. Napoli are a decent side. With
but Juve is shit, man. Have you seen them?
Yeah,
they're fucking dead.
Malmo. Let's score predictions, O'Shea.
3-0.
Okay.
Now? Yeah.
2-1 to Juventus.
Charlie?
2-1 Malmo.
Wow. Also, Prime, Matt's backstage apparently. Well, that's what he told me anyway.
No, he's not.
I don't know. I'm just passing on information. Don't shoot the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. Shoot the turkey.
Go back up. No. Go back up, Prime. Go back
we'll
up.
Get onto the English teams last. Villarreal versus Atalanta.
Villarreal. Oh no. Ooh. Atalanta are not a bad team in the Champions League though. Did he play 1-0 Atalanta?
Really? Okay. No.
Yeah. 1-0 Villarreal.
Okay. Charlie?
I'm gonna go for a 2-2.
It's a shame it can't be. It's a shame it can't be a penalty shootout. Villarreal win. To be fair.
Villarreal bang. Atalanta bang goals. Villarreal don't. 2-1.
What's the point in asking us if you're just going to pick anyway?
So many different results.
Well,
you get the win.
What about Fata?
The tour's asleep.
He's not asleep. He's with Astrid Webb.
He's not.
He's with
at least someone's
Hi, Sheriff.
Sheriff.
I don't know these teams, bro. I thought a sheriff was
Charlie. Just
police in America. I didn't know what.
2-0 to the Sheriff.
Okay. These are my predictors. You guys are messing up, but fine.
I'm what Prime?
Besiktas versus Dortmund.
Oh mate,
Dortmund
Batshuayi against his old club. Ooh.
No, Dortmund. Come on, man. Haaland is going to score about 3 in this game. 3-0. In fact, 4-0. 4-0. Haaland is going to
man like Karius in goal, man.
No, they agree.
No, Karius is back at.
He's back at Liverpool now.
Is he? I thought he was still there.
Why can't this guy just end up with leukemia or something? Why is he still at Liverpool, man? I can't stand Karius.
Charlie, Sporting versus Ajax.
Fuck, 2-1 Ajax.
Okay.
Ajax,
Atletico Madrid versus Porto.
Oh, 3-0 Atleti. 3-0 Atleti. Man like Count Suarez is gonna do a number on them.
Bruges versus Paris Saint-Germain.
55-0 Paris. Bro, Messi, Mbappe, Neymar. Stop it. Just stop it, man. Just
Club
don't
Bruges to win
put
2-1.
two there. Don't even put 2 there, bruv.
Hey, Paris is shit, man.
No, Paris have been shit. Now they've got Messi, Neymar, Mbappe, Di Maria, Verratti, Gini Wijnaldum, Ramos, Hakimi, Marquinhos. Stop it, man. And just stop it, bruv. The Paris Globetrotters, I half expect them to just do football freestyle skills whenever they play a game now. They're not even a club anymore. They just, it's a joke now. It's beyond a joke.
We'll go 4-0. The next club is Manchester City versus RB Leipzig.
Leipzig 1-0 because Pep's probably going to try and play Ederson up front.
Okay. Now.
This is an interesting game, actually. I think, I'm going to go 1-0 Leipzig.
Charlie?
I'm going 3-1 Man City. Because Leipzig just got fucked 4-1 by Bayern.
I'm going for Charlie as a forward.
Hang on a second. So you do the England matches last, but you're going to go with
Charlie. Whose team won at the weekend?
We did 1-0.
Take the L. Also, what league are we in?
A small league.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, International Milan versus Madrid.
2-1 International.
I'm going 2-1 Madrid because Inter are fucked.
Mate, Madrid are dead, mate.
Yeah, but
okay.
Inter got Edin Dzeko.
2-1 Inter Milan.
Unbelievable.
And the second to last game we have is Leicester versus
Milan. Come on. Istanbul 05 back again. Istanbul 05 back again. Forget 07. 05 back again. Do you understand me? 3-0.
What happened in 07?
We lost. We don't talk about that. But 05.
Wait, when did you lose against them? Was it in the group stages?
No, it was the final. It was the Champions League final again. We lost. We got into the final in 07 and they beat us.
Wait. You've been to 2 Champions League finals and lost half of them.
Yeah. We won the first one and then we lost the second one. It was a bit mad.
I'm just going to start with the predictions. I'm going 2-1 Milan.
Okay, 2-1 Milan. Now?
No, bun that. Don't even put that on there. Don't even write that as a number on there. Don't even write.
I'm gonna go for
Liverpool shit, man.
I'm going for
Don't write that into existence. Don't. If you write that into existence, Prime, I'm slapping that dry roasted potato.
Okay, what's your score?
3-0, my blood clot team. You understand? You'll never walk alone. Mohamed Salah, Jota, Thiago. Those are the goal scorers. Yeah. 3-0.
Is Thiago giving a thumbs up whilst he scores?
Okay, I'm going 1-1 because Milan. Yes, Noah put 1-1.
Bro, bun Noah, fam. Get back on your boat, fam. 2-1.
I am elite.
No way they're getting past Mori and Kia.
Last but not least, we're going Chelsea, current Champions League winners. You'll never sing that. Against Zenit St. Petersburg.
Actually, Prime, I will sing that because the club I support, other than Argyle, is whoever wins the trophy. So right now, I'm actually a Leicester fan because they're the latest team to have won a trophy. You're welcome.
Zenit 2-0. Zenit 2-0.
Zenit, okay. Now?
Chelsea 3-0.
Okay, Charlie?
Chelsea 3-0.
Cool. O'Shea thought he could bang Judge.
I'm gonna bang mad Judge. You're gonna see me like just doing mad. Trust me.
So that's it. That's our predictors. Is that all? Is that all we have to do? Is it done?
Can you change the Liverpool one from 1-1 Prime? Because you've actually upset me about that. Friends, yeah.
Okay, what's the score?
3-0.
3-0. Come on.
3-0, bro. 3-0.
O'Shea, do we make a bet on this?
Let's make a bet on
that.
I owe money out to David already. Let's not make
It's okay. You the loser can wear an Arsenal shirt.
Nah, it's no. We're not wearing Arsenal shirts. We're
Yes, you
social
are.
media. We're social media.
The way he said that, like, no, that's worse than money. We're not wearing Arsenal shirts.
Okay. We are social media people, so let's make a bit of a social media bet. If
jeez.
So what you're saying? Liverpool win 3 now, yeah?
Yeah.
If Liverpool,
I will cut my right nipple off on camera if we don't win.
No, don't do that. No. If Liverpool,
No, I got a good one.
What is it?
If Liverpool don't win, he's got to put his Twitter name to Everton for life.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do it for how long do I have to keep it for though?
1 week.
Until the end.
Until the end of the Champions League group stages.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Oh. I thought we were
Keep in mind, O'Shea, you said they'd win 3-0. They have to win 3-0 for us to do this.
If we do win 3-0 Prime, yeah, then
just remember Prime has already been put in the Gunalag before, so
yeah, but
just remember you're not playing Leeds
that was
as well.
self-inflicted. That was self-inflicted.
You've got to change your bio on Twitter to Arsenal fan.
For how long?
And then you've got to add AFTV in it as well for the rest of the group stage.
Okay, well, all right, cool. All right.
Like, no, but you know when I mean at AFTV, you know where it's got panelist on TFT, you've got to change that to at AFTV.
Wait, sorry, hold on. I have to change that to at AFTV.
Yeah, and Arsenal fan. Yeah.
Okay, until the end of the Champions League group stages.
Yeah.
Yeah, plus you got to put.
Hold on, is that implied if? Oh, hold on. So your forfeit is if Liverpool do not win 3-0.
Yeah.
Okay, and my thing is, and my forfeit
but that doesn't mean if we go over. So if we win like 4-0, then I've still won. It doesn't have to be exactly 3-0.
No, it's got to be exactly 3-0.
No, because if we go over, then we've won more than we've scored 3. So it's like 4-0, then it's the same thing.
No, because that's not how bets work. Your bet is the exact scoreline.
Bruv, what is this, William Hill, bruv? Like,
that's how bets work. Anyway, like I said, it has to be exactly 3-0. But what's my thing? If what for me is my forfeit?
I've just told you, bruv. You've got to change.
No, but how am I getting this forfeit?
If we don't win 3-0, if we win 3-0, if we
don't win 3-0, so Liverpool win 4-0, then I'm good. Yeah.
No. 3-0 or above, because you're saying that we're dead, bruv. So I'm saying we're gonna win 3-0.
I didn't say you're dead.
Anything over 3-0 is the same thing.
Okay, cool.
Everton has my bio. If we win like 5-0, are you stupid? That's silly, bruv.
Okay, so what if Liverpool?
I can't wait for Milan to score first.
So what? I'm doing. Wait, what did you say, Charlie?
I said I can't wait for Milan to score first.
Yeah. So for me,
Arsenal fans for life at AFTV instead of.
Yeah, I know, but what is it though? If Liverpool don't win 3-0.
If Liverpool win 3-0 or above, then you've got to do that. It's not rocket science, Prime. I know you're Irish and you're a bit behind.
If Liverpool win 3-0 and above, I'll do the AFTV for life thing. But and for you, if Liverpool don't win 3-0 or above,
then I'll put Everton fan on my bio.
Okay, cool.
Wait, plus you got to have it.
You got to show your face so we need to know it's you.
And I show my face all the time. I did a 2-hour stream.
We need to know this you. We need evidence for this, video evidence. That's you.
That's fine. I will put Dixie Dean as my profile picture instead of Gerrard, which is what it is now. How about that?
Nah. We need to actually just show that to.
Yeah, you got to show your face.
I want this to get like screen recorded or something.
That's fine. That's not a problem. That's fine.
All right. Cool. Fuck's sake.
You know I'm gonna do Madrid as well, innit? Like I'm gonna do Madrid. You're gonna see me catch a flight to Nigeria and just do some Madrid. You're gonna see the witch doctors and everything.
Wait, when's this game on? When's I have to watch this game now?
Exactly.
Wait, hold on. I never pray for injuries, but I beg Salah.
Why would you do that? You're a prick. I was joking. Do you know what I said to Will today in the group chat? I actually hope that happens. I hope Mason Mount gets HIV positive. That's what I said to William. I hope that happens. Yeah, I hope that happens. No, because he tried to violate Harvey Elliott in it. So obviously, yeah, I hope some madness happens to him on some full-on Freddie Mercury shit. This is what I hope happens to him.
What's that? He tried to violate who?
He tried to violate Harvey Elliott and make a joke about his injury, and he's just a kid in that. So,
I mean, that is a bit harsh, but
you know what I'm saying? Full on,
yeah.
Charlie Sheen settings for Mason Mount, bro.
But yeah, we'll end the stream here now. For fuck's sake. Charlie, you want to say anything?
You know, like when you look really skinny and that's what I hope happens to Mason Mount. Just like
And O'Shea, I won't mind because Chelsea in the summer will just go buy Saka. I don't mind.
And then I hope he ends up with the same, bro. I hope he gets it from Mason Mount. I hope Saka gets full-blown AIDS, not even HIV, full-blown AIDS.
Oh my god. This is
that is what it is. Anyway, Charlie, do you wanna
This is me being mild. I'm being mild right now. You've not seen yet my words. Wait until me and Kai get on.
Yeah, all I'm gonna say is can't wait for Liverpool to lose during the week.
You know what's mad? Why am I doing this bet when it's Niall and Charlie that were slagging off your club? But whatever. Where can we find you?
Yeah, at One Rovers Vlogs.
Cheers for taking 113 Prime.
Okay. Charlie?
Yeah, at One Rovers Vlogs on Twitter and One Rovers Vlogs on YouTube.
Okay. Now?
I prefer not to be found if I'm being completely honest.
Forever Football PUFC.
The last bet was because Chelsea beat us, so people understood. No one's going to understand this one now if I put Arsenal on my bio. The thing is,
teams.
If it happens, I don't want to go viral for this. What did I do? I don't know.
Well, I don't care about the Everton thing. I feel like this stream could end up being going viral anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway,
actually, I do want to say something. Lacazette enjoyed a great blowjob from Odegaard.
Allegedly. Anyway, yeah, you can find Charlie at One Rovers Vlogs. You can find Niall at Let's Talk Premier League. You can find them both actually here on the EFL show. When is it next? On Thursday?
Tomorrow,
Monday.
actually. Tomorrow, 6 p.m.
Okay, cool. 6 p.m. tomorrow.
I've got a bully Aaron tomorrow. It's going to be good.
Is it going to be
Colin? Bully me.
I'm making a full-on statement now on camera that Niall will be a part of the panel for Fraud Watch if he's available in future.
I am normally available.
O'Shea, we didn't discuss this, but okay.
I don't need to discuss it with you. Who are you, bro? You're not the leader of me.
O'Shea, where? Actually, I just removed him. O'Shea, where can we find you?
You can find me in your girl's yard, yeah? Or you...
O'Shea, where can we find you?
Nah, obviously, yeah.
Violation.
JJ_O. Find me on Twitter. I need followers because I'm lonely. I have no followers on Twitter. So obviously, yeah, if you follow me on Twitter and that, I don't know, bro. Like you can get a thumbs up from me. And so find me at JJ.
He's got no followers, no friends, and he's on roads. And also me, you can find me on the terrace.
You can find me Valley
You can find me on the First Side here on Wednesday. Will be the
Charlie,
Chelsea
what the
show.
fuck has happened to your hairline?
Man's got 5 house licks. How is that possible, bro?
What am I trying to say? On Wednesday will be the Chelsea show here, or not the Chelsea show. Grounded Chelsea is what it's called. Series. I'll get some Chelsea guests on. You guys will know by then. Tomorrow, well, I guess today, Monday, I will be on Nick's channel.
Why is Charlie having a wank? Why is
cool.
Charlie having a wank in bed?
We don't need that. Anyway, what am I saying? Yeah, Monday, today, I'll be on Nick's channel for a Champions League preview.
You can find Prime on Prime.
And on Friday, I might be on Nick's channel again for the preview for against Spurs. I'm not sure exactly. Or whatever. Follow me on socials, you'll know. If Liverpool win 3-0 or more, I will deactivate.
You can actually find Prime on Predator Exposure for trying to groom 14. No, I'm joking. Look.
Actually, you know what? This bet might be forfeited now because we're gonna have to delete this one. But yeah, goodbye.
Bye.
Oh Jesus Christ!
I'll leave you with.
You fucking won't leave me. You won't leave me. Mate. Steve Evans. Steve Evans is quite fat.
Fucking bet.
You know we're still live, right? Man's just left me on the show. Fuck that.